Agency signaled today that Iranian nuclear enrichment sites would be visited by his inspectors, a key component in the interim U.S.-Iran deal. But an Iranian diplomat insisted visits would happen only after a final deal. At the White House today, President Trump.
The war is going very well. As you know, we're winning by a lot.
President Trump canceled today's signing of a bipartisan affordable housing bill. The president on social media said he'll sign it only if Congress passes the Save America Act. The bill passed with a veto-proof margin in Congress. The president at the White House had this to say about the Save America Act and Democrats.
The people that they're pushing are communists.
When asked, Trump did not say whether he would sign the housing bill. A federal judge today barred Trump from implementing a proof of citizenship requirement to vote. New home sales are lower. This is ABC News. Bill Gates' testimony transcripts have been released by the House committee investigating Jeffrey Epstein. ABC's Aaron Katursky.
Gates said he knew Epstein was a sex offender, but hoped he would introduce him to wealthy people who could help the Gates Foundation. Gates said he met Tom Pritzker, Mort Zuckerman, and Leon Black. None donated, and Gates told the committee the Epstein brokered meetings were a dead end.
Our Aaron Katursky. Mice are getting smarter, researchers say. The rodents are learning how to resist traditional pesticides. Terrell Williams owns the shop Bug Bully in Philadelphia. Says when applying the chemicals,
it used to work right away, but what's happening is it's starting to take longer for the application to work. That's what we've been noticing.
Rutgers University researcher Changlu Wang on their studies of mice.
From those samples, we found that about 70% of the mice populations contain mutations.
Chuck Sievertson, ABC News.
Here I am. All right, I just got to get my computer up. The second World Cup game is getting underway right now at Seattle Stadium. We have a reporter on location. We're going to head there following a check on your commute. And this was brought to you by Lake Washington Windows and Doors. We've got a big issue in Kirkland this afternoon. South 405 and Northeast 85th. Collision blocking 4 left lanes. That leaves just that far right lane open to drivers. And you're sitting in a 4-mile parking lot starting back in Northeast 160th. Linwood to Bellevue, we just hit 1 hour. That's a 40-minute delay. So you'll probably want to hit I-5. Linwood to Seattle in comparison on I-5 is just 25 minutes. Minor crowding from Northgate across the Ship Canal Bridge. And then North 5, just past the Michigan curve, we have a collision in the right lane. Traffic jams up at the north end of Boeing Field. Right now, Lake Washington Windows and Doors is giving the first 40 June signups with 5 or more windows a free patio door plus 12 months free financing. Visit LakeWashingtonWindows.com.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and MyNorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. Well, the match is on, and a packed crowd is singing, chanting, and keeping the party going for this much-anticipated game. KIRO News Radio's Jillian Raftery joins us live down at the stadiums. Hi, Jillian.
Hi, Nate. It's do or die. Both Qatar and Bosnia have 1 point, so if they want to move on from group stage, they've got to win. Not draw, win. And the fans know that. Everyone is excited, with fans from both teams here from all over the world to witness history. You might be able to hear a little bit of faint cheering behind me from the stadium. I caught up with Adam and his family. They are Qatar team fans and World Cup regulars.
First experience for my kids.
Yeah.
The last World Cup, he was 1 month only.
And he was there?
Yeah, he's 1 month.
Oh, what was that like for you?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah?
I like it, yeah.
How do you feel today with now 2 kids, a bigger family?
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just moments ago, the game kicked off with a countdown and tens of thousands of screaming fans. Again, you might be able to hear a little bit of them. I'm from across the road here. Some of them are still running up the stairs to the stadium. I will be live all day covering all the hype. For now, I'm live at Seattle Stadium. Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
Thank you so much, Jillian. Yeah, we can definitely hear that crowd behind you. Hope for the return of the Seattle Sonics just got a little more real. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver says the league is actively reviewing expansion. Silver told the Dan Patrick Show,
if we expand, at least we're thinking 28, 29 season. The only 2 cities at the moment we're looking at are Las Vegas and Seattle. We haven't had a vote on it. It's not a foregone conclusion, but we're in the process of talking to groups that are interested in getting an expansion team in those 2 cities.
If an NBA expansion team is awarded to Seattle for the 28-29 season, it would mark 20 years after the city lost the Sonics to Oklahoma City. New data from the King County Regional Homelessness Authority reveals there's more than 18,000 people experiencing homelessness. KIRO 7 TV's Elle Thomas reports.
The report attributes this to shelter capacity remaining relatively stagnant in recent years. Now, this is a 9% increase from 2024's count, but it is a much slower increase than what we saw between 2022 to 2024. The King County Regional Homelessness Authority says while thousands exit homelessness every year, the intake is outpacing that output. It also points to a lack of affordable housing as a driving factor. A more extensive report is expected later this year.
Western Washington is slipping deeper into drought conditions. Even with a wet December, warmer temperatures led to reduced snowpack statewide about half of normal and it melted weeks early. Daniel Hartsock is with the National Weather Service.
Drought is expected to persist with more widespread drought development likely, especially across pretty much all of Western Washington.
Officials say wildfire risk will be above normal across the region in July and August. And now let's get a check at that KIRO News Radio forecast. Mostly sunny today, increasing clouds, however. Another warm one with 85 for a high. And then tomorrow, the clouds take over with rain by evening and a high near 70. Friday, it's raining all day and 64. Mostly sunny and 77 in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio. With your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome to the show, everybody. It's Wednesday. Jake Skorheim here, sitting alongside Spike O'Neill.
Happy Wednesday, buddy.
Happy Wednesday.
Happy World Cup Day in Seattle.
Halfway through.
Yeah.
Hump Day. Yes, World Cup is happening right now. There's a couple of teams playing. Who is Bosnia-Herzegovina?
And Qatar.
And Qatar.
Yeah,
Okay.
Bosnia, I think, can play through. I heard somebody saying they need to win by 5 goals to become a third place in their group team and make it to the knockout round.
A lot of goals.
Yeah.
When a lot of these games are like finishing tied 0-0.
Yeah.
All right, we have a ton of stuff today. A lot of really great stuff. We're going to talk more World Cup at 1 o'clock. We got Ross Fletcher from England joining us. He's going to be in studio. He's become a real pal of the show.
Didn't he cancel his vacation?
He canceled his trip back to the UK. He said, I got to be with you guys.
That's,
because you're so much fun.
I knew that he was giving us some available time, but then he was leaving the country.
And here's what's cool.
This guy.
Here's what's cool. We're going to play for him our favorite part of the World Cup, at least mine. The gameplay is fine.
It's okay.
The crazy fans.
Yeah.
That's the part that they really should have been marketing. And boy, we have some crazy submissions for Ross today. So we'll go through some of those with him, including some Scots. You might be surprised to know this, Scots, Spike. But when Scottish fans get drunk, sometimes they curse on the news.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
No.
For real, if you can believe it. It's tough to believe, but we've got audio evidence.
Knock down a couple haggis smoothies.
I don't know what they're doing.
Next thing you know, the world's your oyster, and you're saying whatever comes to mind.
The world's your oyster. They got a little rowdy, and we'll play some audio and some lots of other great stuff. All right, we got to start locally here. This is I would say this is one of the larger local stories, but I do think it's part of a bigger, interesting conversation about how people deal with the homeless issue.
Okay.
It's fascinating, too, because we talked about this yesterday, that Seattle right now is experiencing like kind of the best version of itself because of all this extra emphasis on making sure that the city is presentable for a national media.
Yes, absolutely.
So Seattle right now looks like Seattle probably looked like, at least in my head, probably looked like in years past when we didn't have such an issue with, there's a lot of homeless people now on the streets. We have new numbers on that.
There's drug problems, there's homeless problems, there's
all these
vandalism problems, you bet.
And so these stories are kind of intertwined because we were saying yesterday on the show, wouldn't it be great if Seattle used this World Cup reset and going forward, they should adopt the clean streets and making sure it's like a friendly place for everybody.
This should be the standard we pay for with our tax dollars.
Yeah.
This should be the baseline.
Baseline, absolutely.
We're having kind of an open house. You've shopped for a home.
I have.
And it's staged.
Yes.
It's freshly painted.
It's the best version so that you can imagine wanting to be there.
And that's what Seattle's putting on today.
You're totally right.
And through the next couple of weeks, why can't we live this way every day?
Why can't we?
I know people who moved into a home, and it looks great 3-5 years later.
Sure.
Looks just like the day they moved in.
There's other people who don't cut their grass, and it starts going to seed.
You still see boxes unpacked.
There's boxes that are in the...
Seriously.
Yeah, and they don't upkeep the paint.
They don't do nothing.
And there's somebody doing fentanyl down the street.
Flopping over.
Oh, man.
We don't have to live like that.
We don't have to live like that. Seattle can do better. So this is interesting. King County Regional Homeless Authority, they would be, well, they have been. I don't know if they are going to be part of that problem in the future, fixing that problem in the future. But that remains to be seen. Because we have this new story. This is really interesting to me for a couple of reasons. But here's the headline of this. This is from the Center Square. This is where I found this. Seattle and King County are going to be investing $900,000 into the King County Regional Homeless Authority to get them an independent outside accounting firm to try to figure out their books. And they would be doing this over the rest of the course of the year. So right now we're about halfway through the year, almost exactly.
Yeah.
So for the rest of the year, for the rest of 2026, they're going to spend $900,000 to have an outside accounting firm.
Take a look at the books.
Thing. Yes.
That's part of the required steps of whether or not the mayor of Seattle and the King County Executive will recommend moving forward.
Okay, so that's what I thought.
Yeah.
That's not the case, I don't think.
What do you mean? They're hiring an accounting firm, right?
Listen to this part of the story. Seattle Mayor and King County have until August 1st to decide whether or not to repair or dissolve the agency. So my question is, how can you spend $900,000 for the remainder of the year, which is 6 more months, when you only have 1 month left to make a decision? They won't possibly have the information that they're saying that they need in order to make that decision. So it seems to me that it's just a fait accompli that they're going to keep this thing open. Unless I'm reading that wrong.
You've got until August 1st. You get the better part of just over a month, 5 weeks or so.
Yeah, you got a month.
They can probably do an autopsy or a forensic exam of where this organization stands today in the next 5 weeks.
So
you can have enough information. If you can't find a pulse,
let me ask you this question then.
In 5 weeks,
yes, you're right.
But if you do.
Let me ask you this question. Well, they cannot possibly. Oh, it makes me stutter. It makes me so mad.
I know. I love.
Here's my instant response to this. I have 2 instant responses. Number one, when I saw they're going to throw $900,000.
Get the bellows, blow air into it, push its belly, see what it says.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Can you grab from Blave?
Here's the other one. Hey, what do you think about like when somebody went into Katie Wilson's office or the King County City Council and they said,
Gourmet?
"Hey, Gourmet, what do you guys think about maybe investing, a couple bucks into seeing if this thing can be fixed?" And they said, "Well, how much are you going to need?" They said, "I don't know, like maybe just shy of $1 million, $900,000."
How about no? Okay.
That's what I would have said. How about no?
How about no?
Okay.
I don't know. I think it's
bad money. It's bad.
It's 0.5% of the annual budget of this organization.
The annual budget
is $200 million. That's what the King County Homeless Authority. That's their budget, right? $200 million.
Okay. Continue.
You're going to find out whether or not anything is salvageable. Do you have to scrap it and start over?
I can tell you right now for free.
Harvest the organs of this thing.
What's the $900,000 going to be used for?
To find out where you stand and come up with a plan.
We know where they
forward.
We know where they stand. They're $45 million in the hole, and they can't account for $13 million. Well, now you're going to give them $900,000 more.
They did say it wasn't fraud; it was just incompetence.
Well, that's what they're saying. Why would I trust them? You're asking possibly the guilty party whether or not they're guilty. What do you think they're going to say? Would you give them $900,000?
Yeah, I would. Because you've invested how much in this process so far?
Isn't this just throwing good money after bad?
What if you find through this $900,000 investment
that they're all peaches?
This outside, not that they're all peaches, but they're not all a turd sandwich either. Somewhere in the middle is reality.
No,
they're not peaches.
No, I think the reality is turd sandwich.
It's an industry term, folks. Before you guys start texting the show,
what would middle of the road be for you? Like if you're so you hire you pay an accounting firm, and I don't know.
Okay.
Another question, side question for anybody out there with accounting knowledge: does this sound like an accurate number? that you would need to spend to have a couple people go in there and look at the books?
No, it sounds like a government purchase. What it sounds like. You
$900,000.
Probably could have done it for less.
Probably could have done it for less.
Well,
yeah,
but we don't know. We don't want to assume. This is an important issue. This is homelessness in our city.
Spike, always assume that these people are insane. That's the safe assumption. We have to assume that because look at the track record.
Yeah,
they're $45 million in the hole.
Yeah, those who ignore history are doomed to repeat
They're $13 million.
Right.
They just went like, I don't know where $13 million went. Oh.
What if they find out that there are good systems in place? There are good organizations that they work with.
Listen, I'm not saying that every single piece
That's
is
what they're going to find
corrupted.
Out. Right. That's what they're going to find out.
But enough of it is corrupted that I would say it's not worth investing another $1 million in. Now, again, I don't live in Seattle and I don't live in King County, so this is not my money.
Right.
But for many of our listeners out there who do live in Seattle and do live in King County, this is your money. This is your money going into a organization that has proven that it does not work.
More people who don't live in King County and Seattle work here.
Yeah, a lot of us.
And if your business
taxes that end
your
up
business can't stay open because this county and city can't get their act together, that affects a lot more people than just those whose tax dollars are at stake here. It's the whole region.
Let me ask you this. Okay, so you said that you would give them the money. You'd give them the $900,000.
0.5% of their budget. Yeah, before I flush it all down the toilet. Yeah, I'd make sure.
Well, you're not flushing it down the toilet. They've flushed it, and they've said it's gone. We don't know where it is.
They filled it.
Yes. What they're asking is for you to come in and make them something that they're not, in my opinion, which is an organization that knows what they're doing and that is good at their job.
Okay, that's a fair.
Do you think they're good at their job?
No. No.
That's the other problem.
I don't know. I don't know if they're good at their job.
Can I present you with some evidence that they're not good at their job?
I know that they're not good at managing the resources, which means maybe I'm daydreaming here, that they're good at their job. Are they doing any good work at all is what we're trying to find out. Give me some evidence to tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about. Because this is like shooting fish in a barrel.
Homelessness has increased 9%.
Yeah.
It's grown from 16-something last count up to 18,365.
Great news.
Does that feel nice?
That's great
feel
news.
Good? Why is that great news?
Because 2 years ago it was rising at 24%.
Now, who gave us these numbers?
This was this was gathered from a University of Washington research group that has a mechanism, a process for counting the homeless that relies on surveying and random sampling of people who check in.
These are numbers provided by King County Regional Homeless Authority?
Okay.
Yes.
But they hired an outside group, the University of Washington, to conduct this survey. Yeah.
According to?
They wrote their own report card.
King County Regional Homeless Authority.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
And so they're selling us on the idea that it's decreasing at a slower pace than it had been decreasing at.
Okay. You can't trust the numbers
win.
at all? You can't trust the numbers at all?
Why would I trust them? What have they done recently that would let you think that you should trust them?
They brought the rate of homeless increase down from 24% to 9%. They're helping a lot of people. They've mismanaged money.
Yes.
There's an increased number of homelessness from 2 years ago to today.
Yes.
A lot of factors involved there, not just the inability or ineffectiveness of the King County Regional Homeless Authority.
Okay.
Inflation, cost of housing, all those things contribute to increased drug issues in the city, a wave of fentanyl addiction.
How much of the homeless issue are they to be blamed for? I'm not saying that they're causing it, but I'm saying if you're just throwing money at them under this big umbrella of King County Regional Homeless Authority, thinking that's solving the problem, and then the problem keeps getting worse, then why are you purchasing that umbrella?
I liken it more to a fire company shows up, and they're not doing a great job putting out the fire. Fire's actually getting bigger. It's not contained yet.
Yeah.
But it stopped spreading at such an alarming rate.
No, but it is spreading. It's going by 9%. Your fire has increased by 9%.
But it was increasing by 24% before these guys took action.
But the more money we spend with them, it seems that the numbers just keep increasing. And again, the number that you're citing is a number that they gave.
I trust the number. I trust the UW.
We already know they can't count.
You think there's 8 million missing people they can't account for?
They have already told us that we have no idea where Could you miscount $8 million? Honestly, if you were running the books on something with absolutely no economics, absolutely no finance background,
we'd all be out of a job. We'd all be out of a job. But if I was the best, lettuce picker.
Yeah.
And even though I had lost a lot of money, isn't there any value to what I've done so far? Am I not salvageable? If I learn to keep the books better, if I learn to be more accountable,
I don't know if I accept
less
the premise.
cavalier.
I don't know if I accept the premise of your analogy, because if lettuce spoils,
Mm-hmm.
then it's not quite the same thing as if you throw $13 million away down a hole that you can't retrieve it, and then homelessness keeps increasing. Do you know what the homeless count was so back in 2005, they did a homeless count in King County, and around that same time, every county in the state, I forget what the House bill was, but it was some House bill, 20-something, doesn't really matter, 21 years ago.
Okay.
There was a mandate that every county had to come up with a 10-year plan to end homelessness. Do you remember this?
Vaguely.
Yeah.
Go
it
on.
was kind of a big deal.
What was the number in 2000?
Do you want to take a guess what it was in 2005?
Oh, 2005. I want to guess we had about 7,000 to 8,000 homeless.
1,946. And the current number today is, what is it, 18,365.
Yeah.
With all this money being spent, wouldn't it be better? I mean, you could go back to what they were doing in 2005 and just find out before they did this 10-year plan to end homelessness, which obviously didn't work because it's been 20 years and it's 9 times the size. Just go back to whatever they were doing then and just maybe shoot for that. Didn't that feel like it was working better?
It's a different world. Living in a different world. The housing has tripled in price.
Well, here's the problem.
Since 2004.
Here's the problem. All the stories that are, it's not housing, but all the
stories. That's one of the issues.
But what's the main issue? What's the main issue with people that you run into who are homeless? What'd you think? And this is opinion based, so you can it's housing for you.
Sure.
If you were to go up to the average person on the street, would it be a housing issue, or in your opinion?
I don't know if you can separate. I don't think you can pin it all on drug addiction. Is the first thing that comes to mind.
Yeah.
Economic issues come to mind. Mental health issues come to mind. I know they're not equally.
I put drugs and mental health kind of in the same bucket.
Well, in that case, it's probably 2 to 1 with financial considerations.
Yeah, it's about 80%.
Yeah, but I would say that everybody with a drug issue doesn't have a mental health issue unless you count that mental health or drug addiction is a mental health crisis.
I would.
Not
say
everybody suffering from mental health is a drug addict.
No, I understand.
But you're right. Those two circles do Venn diagram very heavily.
I would look at those two groups of people as people who are probably outside of the ability to help themselves in a meaningful way to get out of their present situation.
I would wholeheartly agree with that.
And so that the problem, though, is that like when you look at the King County Regional Homeless Authority, or you look at other organizations, or local methodologies behind fixing it, every single one of them seems to be leaning into their approach, which is the housing first approach.
Yeah. I'm with you. We've come to agreement on this many times.
And the problem is if you have your main umbrella organization, which is pushing that, and that doesn't seem to be working.
No, you don't have to seem to be. It's not working.
It's not working.
Yeah.
And if that's their main thing, then if they're also bad with money, and they're also just not even able to tell you where all this gone, there's like missed payments, all these different things.
Yeah.
I just don't see why invest another $900,000.
So let me ask a question. What would be a better solution? Would a better solution to be abolish the King County Regional Homelessness Authority?
Yeah.
And then keep having a housing first model?
No.
Or would a better solution in your mind be to make it a higher barrier for entry to receive services and fix what's left of the King County Regional Homelessness Authority? If you can pick, you can have one of those two things. I mean, other cities that were compared to Seattle, they've seen their homeless numbers go down.
Yeah, even Los Angeles.
Because they have abandoned.
Yeah, in California, 2.8% decrease in homelessness in 2025.
They haven't abandoned. They've turned away from the housing first model. Federal funding is drying up.
Yeah.
Because the government says, and I think rightfully so, we're not going to keep throwing good money after bad with you low barrier, no requirements to get people off the streets mentalities. So, they're going to do what they're going to do. They're going to dump $900K into this.
They're going to keep it open.
Let's see if they can salvage something out of it. Maybe this firm, the highest paid firm in the nation, comes in and in 5 weeks says, you people are out of your minds, close the doors, have a garage sale.
I would be very surprised if that happened.
Pleasantly surprised, wouldn't you?
If they said to close it up?
This is nuts.
Yes, it'd be great.
This is nuts. Stop bailing and get in the lifeboat.
Yeah, there might be a version where they said, listen, keep your money.
Guys,
we don't want anything to do with these books.
Right. We don't need the next 6 months.
I don't think that's going to happen.
We can't find a pulse. We're going to stop doing CPR.
But hey, you're right. It's possible.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. All right. We'll see what happens. You've swayed me.
Awesome.
Yes. This is a crazy, tragic story. Savannah Guthrie's mom, Nancy. Another note has come in. This was 2 days ago.
2 days ago, I think the note came in. Yeah, the details are just
Savannah Guthrie has now responded to it. it's also just a very interesting conversation. The mystery around what happened to Nancy Guthrie, the timeline of events, and doesn't it feel like somebody dropped the ball? Shouldn't we? Can we get into this when we get back?
Absolutely. I also like to talk about the nation's attention span.
Yeah. Okay.
That was all-consuming, and then the fire went out.
And then just kind of went out. You're right. All right, we'll discuss it next. We got some audio. Stick around.
Ooh, it is hot outside.
Western Washington is under a heat advisory.
So yeah, stay hydrated and stay with KIRO News Radio for updates on our record heat wave.
If we get to 90, it'll be the second time this June that we've done that.
Together with KIRO 7 Pinpoint Weather.
It's going to be interesting here for the next couple of days.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
In the Northwest 20 years ago, 90 was unforget about it.
The KIRO News Radio app and your smart speaker.
Well, we're in a little heat wave here in the Northwest. Is your house ready? Is your house staying cool? Is your insulation up to speed? How about giving Integrity Roofing and Construction a chance to tell you? Schedule a free roof assessment, a free video inspection of your insulation. IntegrityRC.com is their website. They do complete repairs, restorations, replacements. They have a whole home restoration division. They got a design department in-house. They do phenomenal work. They get incredible reviews. One of them is mine. Give them a call at 206-202-ROOF and schedule an appointment today, or go to IntegrityRC.com. That's IntegrityRC.com.
Honey, did you invite the minions over?
Well, you know how we talked about getting Wi-Fi from Xfinity?
Yeah.
I ordered it this morning, was online in minutes, then they showed up.
So they just came over to use the Wi-Fi?
They even brought their own devices and spellbook.
You didn't give them the new Wi-Fi password, right?
No.
That's good.
I gave them our old one. Because Xfinity lets us keep the same network name and password so devices connect instantly.
What do they want Wi-Fi for anyways?
Better not to know. Plausible deniability.
Get streaming or scheming instantly with same-day Wi-Fi from Xfinity. Plus, lock in one price for the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi for 5 years. Guaranteed. And see Minions and Monsters only in theaters. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Use of fiber coaxial cable. Learn more at xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi.
The Mariners Kids Club, presented by BECU, is 100% free and a great way to get your kids excited for a lifetime of Mariners baseball. Sign up online at mariners.com/kids club, and your kids will receive exclusive giveaways, access to member events, and more.
Are you thinking about getting a new TV this week at prime prices? Maybe a Samsung, LG, or a Sony? Before you click, you should check out Video Only, because they've got below prime deals. That's right, top-rated TVs at better than online prices. Curbside pickup or home delivery are available. Don't click before you call Video Only, because if you do, you'll be sorry.
Has your junk drawer taken over the whole house? Closets jammed, garage packed, pantry a mess? Don't just live with it. John Curley here for Closets by Design. Organize your closets, garages, laundry rooms, and home offices with Closets by Design. Everything is custom built for how you actually live. For a limited time, get 40% off plus an additional 15% off and 18-month 0% financing on approved credit if paid in full. Go to closetsbydesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN.
RV buyers save thousands at the 10th annual Summer RV Blowout Sale, June 18th through the 28th at the Evergreen State Fairgrounds. Top manufacturers with every floor plan imaginable, exclusive dealer rebates, huge discounts on new and used models, factory reps on site, enjoy free lunch, plus a year's worth of free camping. The 10th annual Summer RV Blowout Sale, June 18th through the 28th at the Evergreen State Fairgrounds in Monroe, hosted by Open Road RV, free parking and admission.
You could sleep through the night without thinking twice. You could take a seat in the middle of the theater. You could drive without worry of where the next restroom is. You used to say yes, and somewhere along the way, you stopped. Not because of one big moment, because of 100 small ones. A little more urgency, one more trip to the bathroom at 2 a.m., one more mental note about where the restroom is. It happened slowly enough that it just became you. But it's not you. It's enlarged prostate, and there's a treatment called aquablation therapy, the only ultrasound-guided robotic-assisted therapy for enlarged prostate. Find an aquablation therapist near you. Call Aquablation Seattle at 206-666-2466. 206-666-2466. That's 206-666-2466. All surgical treatments carry risks, and results may vary. Side effects may include urinary symptoms, mild pain, ejaculatory dysfunction, or infection. In rare cases, complications to the urethra and rectum may occur. Aquablation therapy may not be right for everyone. Talk to your urologist to learn more. Visit aquablationseattle.com.
Hartley Wilcox here. Do you know where your food comes from? If it's perishable, you should read the package. Wilcox Farms eggs are locally fresh from Washington. For the freshest choice, choose Wilcox Family Farms.
How does your roof look after this winter? Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. Spring into action today. Save $3,000 on a new roof, siding, deck, or windows. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com.
Guys, want long-term health you can count on? It starts with knowing your numbers. This June, for Men's Health Month, Revive Seattle is offering a free comprehensive wellness panel, a $400 value, including testosterone, blood sugar, heart health, and more. Take control of your health today and stay strong for the long haul. Offer ends June 30th. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com today.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and MyNorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. Well, it is packed throughout Pioneer Square in downtown Seattle around the Stadium District. Remember, a lot of streets down there are closed right now as another World Cup match is underway. KIRO News Radio's Jillian Raftery joins us live. She's down in the mix. Hello, Jillian.
Hello, Nate. And Bosnia just scored their first goal. The stadium erupted. I think you could probably hear the cheers all the way from the waterfront. It's incredible. You might even be able to hear it now because emotions are running high. Every exchange of the ball. This is a do-or-die game for both Bosnia and Qatar because they both have 1 point. And to get past this group stage, they need a win. They can't just draw. So the stakes are really high, and both teams have immense national pride. There is so much hype happening. Everybody is so happy. There's still a few stragglers streaming into the game, but most people are just hyper-focused on what's going to happen ahead. Live from Pioneer Square, Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
Thank you, Jillian. Sounds very exciting down there. By the way, if you're hitting the beaches this afternoon, we've got some good news. A couple of beaches have reopened on the east side, and those are in Kirkland. Juanita Beach and Waverly Beach reopened last night, actually, after being closed for about a week due to high bacteria levels. Health officials say new testing from King County shows the water is now safe, and crews will continue testing the water weekly throughout the summer. Some of the biggest Supreme Court decisions of the year could come tomorrow. Former Washington Attorney General Rob McKenna tells Seattle's Morning News the rulings released yesterday were small and technical. McKenna says one major case tests whether the president can fire the leaders of certain government agencies.
I've been worried for a long time that the executive branch is becoming too powerful. The president's becoming too powerful.
And the most historic case of all, birthright citizenship. McKenna expects that one to be saved for the very last day. He says the justices sounded skeptical during oral arguments, and he thinks the president is likely to lose. Seattle city leaders are moving to shut down streets near Aurora Avenue in response to ongoing gun violence. A city council public safety committee approved an emergency plan yesterday. Councilmember Deborah Suarez.
I think that we do have the authority to shut down a street for bullets flying and endangering the very lives of those that live there. Actually live there, go to school there, walk their children to school there, get on the bus there, they use the transportation.
The full council is expected to vote next week. And now check in Wall Street. The Dow is rising, but S&P 500 and NASDAQ are at session lows after giving up morning gains. The Dow up 160 right now. S&P 500 down 20 and NASDAQ down 175. Check on your traffic. Kirkland, we've got good news for you. We opened up 4 lanes south 405 and northeast 85th, the scene of our multi-vehicle collision that has now moved to the right lane. So that lane is blocked. Also, the 85th on-ramp to south 405 is closed. We're backed up to 124th. Linwood to Bellevue has improved a half hour, down from an hour. Linwood to Seattle on I-5, also a half-hour commute. Your stop and go from Northgate through the U-District. And now let's check out that KIRO News Radio weather forecast. It is a nice one today. Get out there and enjoy it because it changes drastically tomorrow. 85 today, increasing clouds. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, 70. And then Friday, it's steady rain and 64. 78 and sunny in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show.
That's a packed stadium.
Oh, you're looking at the you're looking at the coverage, yeah,
yes,
yeah. Absolutely.
There was some concern that without the U.S. on the pitch, that the raucous crowds, great times, lots of money being spent that we saw last Friday in Seattle for World Cup 2026 wouldn't be experienced today.
Yeah, it seems like there's a bunch of people there.
Yeah, there's if I did some research before the show, the cheapest ticket is $200 for this particular match. But the most expensive seat in the building today is only $675. That was just prior to kickoff.
Wow.
I mean, you could sit literally in the best seat in the house, right at the mid-stripe, about halfway up the lower deck with perfect view of the field.
That'd be fun.
That'd be a great time.
Yeah, it'd be a good time. It's a lot of money.
It's still a lot of money.
Still a lot of money.
It's still more than any football game I ever paid to get into outside of a Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's
World Cup.
Well, it's the World Cup. You know, I mean, obviously somebody wants to pay because there's a bunch of people.
The place is packed.
All right. This is an interesting update to a story. Do you remember the Nancy Guthrie story?
It consumed the entire country.
Consumed.
Absolutely.
I remember when that first happened, when Nancy Guthrie, who's Savannah Guthrie of Today Show fame.
A beloved local or national.
Yeah. Super well known, one of the most famous news people in the country.
The Thanksgiving Day Parade. She's the host of the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Yes. Yeah. So her mom lived in Tucson, Arizona, where I guess Savannah Guthrie's from.
Yes.
And in her childhood home, one night, her mother, Nancy Guthrie, goes missing. And the subsequent investigation and then the news coverage of that was just wall to wall. And I remember when it first happened, and her mother was 84 years old. And the reason we're talking about it right now is there was some ransom notes that were sent at the time to the Guthrie family through the Pima County Sheriff's Department, I believe,
and through local media
media outlets. Yeah, you're right.
And
TMZ.
we had to watch this woman and this family undergo this heartbreaking ordeal in real time.
Yeah, that's the thing is there was so much coverage available, and I think everybody was just kind of. I mean, I don't know what your feelings on it were, but I just remember at the time, how could this possibly happen in today's age of Ring cameras? Nancy Guthrie they even found, like a week or two after the fact, they realized that she had been really into some birds that were nesting in her backyard.
The mom,
some wildlife stuff. And so she had purchased, and somebody had set up a wildlife camera on top of her roof that could catch. So there's cameras everywhere. There's cameras in front, there's cameras in back. There's famous footage of a masked intruder walking up to what we think is her front door.
Yes, her doorbell
and trying
cam.
to mess with. Remember, like it all seems so. It all seems so like haphazard. And how could this person possibly pull off this thing where she disappears?
With the entire world's resources dedicated to this case, well, not just every media outlet in the country had a tent pitched. In their community.
And you have all the social media people who are parked out in front.
Right. Private sleuths, independent operators on social media trying to solve this case. Every law enforcement resource in the nation was at the disposal of the Pima County Sheriff's Office.
I remember
it got territorial.
President Trump made inquiries into it, and he said, hey, I want to send people.
Right.
They sent the FBI.
Yes.
Like the head of the FBI went on the ground and was like, hey, whatever you guys need. This is what the nation cares about right now. We want to make sure that we get your mom back.
Yeah. And not a word, not a trace. Nothing. False leads.
What's crazy is that never. So I was looking at this, the entire time we're watching this. They would like find a guy who they would say like, oh, there's a suspicious individual. And then for a whole night, there would be wall-to-wall coverage as the police were outside of somebody's house.
Yes.
Live footage, and then it never amounted to anything.
Nothing.
And the only thing that they really had that as evidence that at least that we knew about, other than a few things that were some gloves that they found
the
on
same
the side of the
gloves
road
that house maintenance where people use, those kind of healthcare workers.
Yeah, who knows if it panned out?
Right.
Obviously, it didn't pan out to much because they never arrested anybody.
Right.
Where these ransom notes, And there was a couple of them that were sent in. One was asking for some money, and then there was a second one. Apparently, we didn't know the contents of the ransom notes.
And that's what was released this week.
That's what they told us this week.
Details from one of the earlier received ransom notes.
Details of the second note. Apparently, the second ransom note that was sent in. I don't even know if you could call it a ransom note because they don't ask for anything. It's kind of like an update note. They claim in the second note that Nancy had died shortly after her abduction.
Yeah.
Which went on. I mean, the investigation and the news coverage went on for weeks.
And there were pleas from the family, heartfelt pleas from the family.
Yeah.
Because Nancy Guthrie at 84 was very reliant on daily medication for health conditions she had.
They said that initially. Remember, they were saying if we don't get her back in 24 hours, then there's a chance she could die because she needs her medication.
Right, exactly.
So it was like dire situation immediately. And then there was blood found at the scene. The whole thing was just like, it was wild. Apparently, the second note said that she had died. The contents of the second note did not apologize, and it didn't request any money in exchange for her body. It almost was just like here's an update. Like, what do you think the hope of that was? Was it because they wanted to alleviate the Guthries' pain? Was it because they wanted the Guthries to stop looking? Why send a second note if you're not asking for anything? And while you ponder that, let me play you some audio real fast. This is Savannah Guthrie.
I'm choosing my words carefully with this. Why I think that they would do that to assuage their own guilt, maybe.
Who knows?
Hey, she died. She's gone, but we didn't kill your mom. Your mom passed.
But there's no apology in it.
Yeah,
Let me play this. This is Savannah Guthrie shortly after the ransom note was received.
We received your message, and we understand. We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay.
So a lot of people were analyzing this at the time, and I think they were spot on.
Yeah, good.
It sounds very much like a tonal shift. In the first few days, you had the Guthrie family putting out statements asking, "Please return our mother. We want to see her again." Yeah. And then this one felt more like, "Please return.
We understand.
We understand that she's no longer with us.
And we need closure."
Yeah.
And we kind of said that when we heard this response from Savannah Guthrie. A lot of people were all speculating, of course. We had no details, but we surmised she's gone.
Yeah. Here's a little bit of Savannah Guthrie on Today's Show talking about this. Then Laura, was this just yesterday that she did this? Okay, so this was yesterday.
I love you guys, and I love this place, and this is unusual and unprecedented, to say the least, to be sitting here. But, I don't have any comment on this story, and I'm not involved in our coverage. But I can't pretend I'm not here. And so since I am, I wanted to just take the opportunity to ask people, to beg people to come forward. Somebody knows something. And this is a news story today that is on your radar, but this is the life that my sister lives, that I live, that my brother lives, that our extended families live, that our children live every day. And we are in agony. And we cannot be at peace. So no matter how much I try to come out here every day and smile and find that joy, and I will, I promise I will. This is a moment to tell you that we need your help. We're begging for your help. And I'm not going to miss that opportunity. And so please, if you're watching, no matter how small, the reward is there. You can tell us. It can be anonymous. Please do the right thing for us, for our family, for our children. And we love our mom, and we'll never stop looking for her. Never.
So real fast, I know we're short on time here, but that second note, which was sent back in February, why do you think they sent it?
I think they're trying to assuage their own guilt. I really do. Hey, look, man, we didn't mean for this to happen. This is not what our intentions were, but this is where you stand.
Yeah.
And maybe they thought it would cool the heat on them.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe show some little humanity.
Or just, take a few spotlights off because, you're not trying to recover her anymore.
I agree.
Or rescue her anymore.
If it wasn't planned that she die, if it was just we're just going to steal some stuff and, she discovered us in the middle of breaking into her house and then horrible things happened.
Right.
It's just a crazy story.
Still gut-wrenching.
Yeah.
But America's attention span, we were fixated and then we moved on.
Yeah, I mean, I think there was also a media shift where they were like, this is not helpful to be focusing on this so much.
After weeks.
Yeah.
You're right.
It's like, it felt almost torturous to keep focusing on it too much.
Absolutely.
All right, we got more coming up. We got a Costco story. People are not happy.
They said no to corn?
No.
Oh,
That's still on the table.
Okay.
I had 2 calls with Costco
can't
corporate
wait to
yesterday,
hear
by
more.
the way.
But they're making a
customers are
move?
not happy about something else that Costco's doing that I think is great. But we'll get into it next. Stick around.
Ooh, it is hot outside.
Western Washington is under a heat advisory.
So yeah, stay hydrated and stay with KIRO News Radio for updates on our record heat wave.
If we get to 90, it'll be the second time this June that we've done that.
Together with KIRO 7 Pinpoint Weather.
It's going to be interesting here for the next couple of days.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
In the Northwest 20 years ago, 90 was unforget about it.
The KIRO News Radio app and your smart speaker.
It started as a puddle.
Where?
In the shower.
Uh-oh.
Then the kitchen sink.
Started backing up?
Yeah.
I know where this is going.
Clogged up.
Right. No problem.
Beg your pardon?
There's no clog we can't clear.
You're Dan.
From Apollo Plumbing.
This is going to get pricey.
How about $83?
To clear my drain?
Apollo Plumbing clears main drains every day.
For $83?
83 or it's free.
What's the catch?
No catch. We'll even do a camera inspection.
Why's that?
It's the best way to find the cause of your clog.
And it's included?
No extra charge. Truth is, we hate clogs.
I don't love them.
Seen them all.
Ew.
I promise, there's no clog Apollo can't clear.
Guaranteed.
83 or free.
Goodbye, slow drains.
All it takes is an accessible clean out.
And Apollo gets my drains draining again.
You call, we come, it's fixed.
My heroes.
Just doing our job.
Thank you, Apollo Plumbing.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
How would you like to invest in the Seattle real estate market, one of the hottest and most stable regions in the country, and achieve a great rate of return on your investment without the effort of sourcing a deal, the expense and time of building permits, or all the hassles that come with being a landlord? Hi, I'm Scott Rireka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Invest in the stability and ease of Legacy Group Capital's Northwest Fund. Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Did you really think Pure Talk was just going to sit back and watch America turn 250 years old without doing something awesome to celebrate? Of course not. That's why they're raising $250,000 for America's Warrior Partnership by the end of July. America's Warrior Partnership is on the front line of preventing veteran suicide. They've had extraordinary success, and here's how you can help. When you switch your cell phone service to Pure Talk this month, you'll be invited to round up to support America's Warrior Partnership. No pressure, but if you do, Pure Talk will match your donation dollar for dollar. And to further celebrate 250 years of our extraordinary democratic republic, Pure Talk is offering unlimited talk, text, and data for just $34.99 a month. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe. That's pound 250, say Mike Rowe. And happy birthday to us.
So, how's your research going?
Surprising. After I figured out the top-rated TVs in our price range, I went shopping for deals.
And who's the best?
It wasn't the internet, and it wasn't the Warehouse Club.
But?
It was video only. They had better deals on the Samsung, LG, and the Sony TVs that got the highest scores.
Better than online and at the club?
I know! Video only beat them all. And now we can afford an even better model for the same price. My research really paid off.
If we buy it video only.
Exactly. Otherwise, we'll be sorry.
At Video Only, you won't find huge stores with refrigerators or microwaves, but you will find the best deals on top-rated TVs, soundbars, and monitors. Shop around. Just make sure you visit Video Only, because if you don't,
you'll be sorry.
In South Center, Bellevue, Linwood, Federal Way, and Tacoma, Video Only.
Summer is the time to feel and look your best, but I'm not talking about your abs or tan. Guys, I'm talking about your hair. Restore that bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to thinning during Advanced Hair's once yearly summer savings event. Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment begins to regrow your very own hair the very next day, and they guarantee your new hair will grow. They are the team that addressed my hair loss, and I recommend them to everyone. Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar. Advanced Hair's summer sales event is on for a limited time. So get the details and schedule your free consultation today. 425-449-8185. One-day treatment, life-changing results. With Advanced Hair, your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Check out the incredible before and afters and make the call now while their summer savings event is still on. That's 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
Costs are up, but life doesn't have to slow down. Subaru of Puyallup has fuel-efficient, all-wheel drive models meant for summer road trips. Experience the redesigned Subaru Outback. Bold, safe, more capable. For stress-free pricing and offers, visit SubaruofPuyallup.com, your stress-free dealership.
All right, welcome back to the show. Every single day on the show, we like to cover something related to Costco, which is my second home. That's not true, actually. I do spend a lot of time there. They're not a paid advertiser, but yesterday...
It's part of your life, buddy.
It's part of my life.
It's part of my life, too.
It's a part of your life, too. And yesterday, I made a suggestion that they should add corn on the cob to their food court menu, and to varying reactions. Some people got it. Other people did not get it. I actually did put in a call to Costco corporate to speak with a buyer about this possibility. I can update you guys as soon as I know more on that.
Okay.
Probably not going to go anywhere. But I will say, the lovely voiced lady on the corporate line who has been helping me, and she's like one of the operators.
Sure, it's the first ring of security.
She's like supposed to keep people like me away from actual people who should be on the phone.
Octopus, great. We'll consider it, thanks. Yeah.
So I call her earlier in the day, and I pitch her this idea, and she's not a corn on the cob fan, so she doesn't really get it. But I'm like, you know what? Is there somebody else I can speak with? And then, but she was very sweet and like just a lovely lady. Sounds like kind of a little older of a lady, but very nice.
Probably with denture issues. Corn on the cob, not a
No,
not even a possibility for her.
Nice set of teeth, I can tell.
Okay,
you can tell when somebody's talking.
Yeah.
And then she's a confident speaker. Okay. She's not worried about them falling out. Okay. So anyway, but then I call back later after the show because we're doing the show. We're busy with stuff.
You tried to do this revolution during commercial breaks.
I said, hey, and I have her employee number. She can't give me her name legally, I guess. Right, so we don't give our names out because Costco fans are nuts, as you might imagine.
They are. They fixate on some crazy, crazy things.
She goes, oh, hey, it's you again. She goes, you're the corn man. I said, yes. I'm the corn man.
Corn man.
So I will see. I will update you guys if I get past the operator.
You make it to the next level.
I make it to the next round of. If I make it to the knockout stage in my corn on the cob pitch, I will let you guys know. All right, so customers are very upset. We have seen this here. This was rolled out as a test phase here locally. I didn't realize it was just a test phase, but Costco has this cool perk if you are an executive member, of which you are.
I am.
And I am.
And you know who else is?
And Laura is now.
Thanks to you.
Fantastic. That's right. Oh, I forgot Christmas time.
Merry
Gave her.
Yes, we did.
We gave her executive
It's
membership.
not like I hinted heavily at it or anything.
Yes.
We heard you.
Isn't it great?
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
And I'm so excited for my rebate at the end of the year. Every time I spend money at Costco, I'm like, well, it's basically free. I'm getting it back.
It's a write-off. It's like Schitt's Creek. You remember
exactly.
that? Exactly. Yeah. It's a tax write-off. Why don't they call it that? So you can buy gas now. Can you buy gas with the other?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I've been buying gas for years.
Okay, so it's not just an executive.
And you don't get the
I was
jump.
kind of hoping
there's
it was.
There's not a VIP line for executive gas purchases.
Would that there were.
Have you taken? They should have an executive membership pump.
Yes.
Only pump.
And it's gold.
Yes.
And it's serviced with a windshield wash.
That would be
and
nice.
an oil check.
Full service.
Yes.
Yeah.
For VIPs.
Do you take advantage of the early access? Have you done that?
No, because I'm a night owl. So I've been going at night. Right before they, half hour before they close, the store's basically empty.
Sure.
You have it all to yourself.
That makes sense.
They start shutting the lights off on you at some point, but they're not going to kick you out.
No, falling out the door with the guy with the keys.
They're very nice.
They are nice. I have early shopped.
So have I.
Because Saturdays at Costco it's a war zone.
So you can get in Saturdays. You can get in half hour early.
Yep.
I believe, and then during the weekdays you can get in at 9, and the shop normally opens at 10.
Right.
Now this is upsetting a lot of people, apparently. Because they're saying that
then buck up and buy the executive membership.
Right?
What's their problem?
Well,
are they
just
missing
don't
out on
want
the
to spend
great
the
deals?
extra money.
And they can't get there. Are they selling out of the great deals before before the door opens to the public? Is
According
that the
to
problem?
this story, they say it makes them feel like second-class citizens that they can't come in early.
So to sit in the back of the plane, you know what the cure is? Spend a little more.
Work a little harder.
Work a little harder.
It's like that Jerry Seinfeld bit.
Make some choices in your life.
You should do it,
your
folks.
homework.
It's not even that much extra money. An executive membership is $130 a year. The regular Gold Star membership that other people have.
That, 65.
65.
60. That's $1.30 a week.
Do it.
Come on,
folks.
people.
Trust us.
It is so choice. If you have the means, I highly recommend
20
picking
cents
one
a
up.
day. And you're complaining from the back of the plane?
Yeah, you're going to get it back.
Yeah.
Trust us. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Russ Fletcher joins us next. We'll talk World Cup, lots of other stuff, fun audio. Don't miss it. We'll be right back.
Ooh, it is hot outside.
Western Washington is under a heat advisory.
So yeah, stay hydrated and stay with KIRO News Radio for updates on our record heat wave.
If we get to 90, it'd be the second time this June that we've done that.
Together with KIRO 7 Pinpoint Weather.
It's going to be interesting here for the next couple of days.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
In the Northwest 20 years ago, 90 was unforget about it.
The KIRO News Radio app and your smart speaker.
I'm Bradley Johnson with 1-800-DUI-AWAY. Let's talk about soccer. Serious passion, inhuman stamina, and yet exaggerated injuries. Soccer is one of the few sports where overtime is a little subjective. One thing we know is that many fans enjoy game day with craft brews. Be sure to keep a clean sheet. It's not worth trading in those bicycle kicks for riding your bicycle to work. When being pulled over for DUI, there are rarely yellow cards, only red. So play it safe and don't go off sides. Call 1-800-DUI-AWAY or go to 1-800-DUI-AWAY.com to schedule your free private consultation. If you're stopped for DUI midfield from home and there are no free kicks, make it your goal to call 1-800-DUI-AWAY.
1-800-DUI-AWAY! Progressive knows you could have easily taken the freeway, but you took the scenic route to see a waterfall and an oddly busy boiled peanut stand. Discovering the unexpected is exactly why you bought an RV, so protect it with a bundle from Progressive. Because although you may be 3 hours behind schedule, you're 6 jars of jam richer and possibly enrolled in a butter-churning workshop. Switch to Progressive and protect your RV, boat, or motorcycle by bundling with your home and auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Because as your life changes and your body changes, Sleep Number mattresses adapt and shift to give you personalized comfort night after night. And right now, new mattresses start at $1,500 during our 4th of July sale. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number. To a good life sleep.
Hey, Brock Ewart here with my buddy Dave Taylor from First Mark Insurance. So glad, so thankful that Molly and I made the call. Had heard so many First Mark Challenge victories, we needed to take that challenge. What does happen from your perspective when that caller, when that email, when that person reaches out to you for a First Mark Challenge victory?
That's a great question. So there's several steps we go through in the process. The first step is we're going to gather information, find out all we can about that client and what their needs are. The next step is we will go out to the market. We have dozens and dozens of carriers that will compete for the business. At the end of that process, we will then bring those findings back to the customer, show them what we found, and who the eventual winner was in that competition.
And it may be who they're with.
It might be, yes. And sometimes that's the best we can do is recommend they stay where they are, but maybe modify a few coverages to put them in a better position.
So go take that challenge today. Go be the next First Mark Challenge victory. It costs you nothing, and they will be there with you every step of the way. FirstMarkInsurance.com. FirstMarkInsurance.com.
Meet Lee Platts, a renter whose possessions fill not only her apartment, but also the darkest corners of a mini storage unit. A land of both truth and fiction. Truth, everything inside is protected by Progressive. Fiction, one day Lee will fit into her clothes from senior year of high school. Renters, discover coverage for what you love and what you can't get rid of in Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Meet Lee Platts, a renter whose possessions fill not only her apartment, but also the darkest corners of a mini storage unit. A land of both truth and fiction. Truth, everything inside is protected by Progressive. Fiction, one day Lee will fit into her clothes from senior year of high school. Renters, discover coverage for what you love and what you can't get rid of in Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers.
Giving your liver a spring cleaning is easy with Active Liver. From New Nordic, search for Active Liver by New Nordic on Amazon, CVS, Wegmans, or GNC.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio, KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle, Northwest News.
ABC News, I'm Chuck Severson. President Trump managed to derail a celebration today that would have been him signing a bipartisan affordable housing bill. No can do unless Congress first passes his Save America Act, an election-related measure. Congressman Ted Lieu, California Democrat.
Why is that? Did he wake up on the wrong side of the bed? Is he unable to stay awake today? What's causing him to chicken out again? Is it Taco Wednesday?
After lunch on Capitol Hill with Republican lawmakers, the president.
I think we had a really great meeting, and we're very proud of the party. We like our leader. We like everybody really in the room. I don't like a few people, but that's okay. I think you know who they are.
Sources tell ABC News that the meeting was tense, with the president frustrated over the War Powers Resolution vote. Sources say Senator Bill Cassidy and President Trump clashed, with sources saying it was a shouting match. Other senators tried to ease tensions. This is ABC News. The Texas summer camp where 25 children and 2 counselors died in flash flooding a year ago has filed for bankruptcy protection.
In documents filed with the U.S. Bankruptcy Court in Houston, the owners of Camp Mystic list assets of about $500,000 and debts that top $10 million. The facility is also named in lawsuits filed by families of the flood victims. The filing comes less than a week after state investigators found deficiencies in the camp's emergency and evacuation plans before catastrophic flooding struck last July 4th. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
Trying to apply brakes to tech time. ABC's Rena Roy.
Public schools in Los Angeles, the nation's second largest school district, have now adopted one of the strictest policies restricting screen time in class. The policy passed by the Board of Education will ban screen use before second grade and limit screen time for older students.
ABC's Rena Roy. Chuck Severson, ABC News.
We are live at Seattle Stadium where another World Cup match is underway. We'll head that way. Following a check on the commute here, brought to you by KIRO News, the KIRO Newsradio app. Kirkland, southbound 405 in Northeast 8th. That right lane remains blocked from this earlier multi-vehicle collision. The on-ramp from 85th remains closed as well. And your backup starts around 124th. Linwood to Bellevue, right around a half hour. Linwood to Seattle on I-5, also a half-hour commute. We're starting to fill in, getting heavy now between Northgate through the U District. You'll clear across the Ship Canal Bridge. And in Federal Way, North 5, just before State Route 18, a collision blocks your HOV lane. You're bumper to bumper into that Fife curve. Text APP to 888-973-5476 and download the KIRO News Radio app. Listen to your favorite shows and get the latest news and updates sent straight to your phone.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Nate Connors. It's World Cup match day, halftime in an aggressive game that is 2-1, led by Bosnia over Qatar. Jillian Raftery reporting live from Pioneer Square. How are we doing down there, Jillian?
Oh, we're doing great. An aggressive game indeed. I think you pronounce it a few different ways, but the fans that I talk to pronounce it Qatar, which is closer to the Arabic. Bosnia has been consistently on the attack in this do-or-die game. It's a sneaker, aggressive one. Both teams need a win if they hope to move on. But for fans from Bosnia, this game is about so much more than the score.
30 years ago, we were in a war. We didn't know if our country would still exist. And now, 30 years later, people are watching us play soccer instead of watching us die. So
the whole day has been a party. Halftime is even more of a party. I can see a marching band playing, people dancing, and a lot of people actually lounging in the sun on those huge steps going into the stadium, just kind of laying all over the place and enjoying the Seattle sunshine. Any way you slice it, it is a great day for sports in Seattle. Live in Pioneer Square, Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
Right on. Thanks, Jillian. I am envious. One of 6 Seattle officers tied to the January 6th rally is taking the city to court. Officer Jason Marcioni claims the department unfairly pursued misconduct findings after a fender bender in Bellevue months later, accusing him of dishonesty, according to the Seattle Times. He was suspended for 30 days. The lawsuit argues the investigation was driven by politics, not evidence. We have reached out to the city for comment. Seattle police say a 15-year-old boy is in serious condition after a shooting Tuesday night along Aurora Avenue. When police arrived, Seattle Fire was already treating the teen for a gunshot wound to the torso. The teen was rushed to Harborview. Early witness reports say he was standing on a sidewalk when shots were fired from a dark-colored sedan, but later information suggests the shooting may have happened inside a vehicle when a backseat passenger accidentally shot the driver. Detectives are still working to confirm exactly what happened. Sound Transit says World Cup fever and a sold-out Mariners game helped shatter light rail ridership records last Friday. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch has details.
Sound Transit says preliminary numbers show about 280,000 Link light rail boardings leading up to, during, and after the big match between the USA and Australia, smashing the previous record of 220,000 from the Seahawks Super Bowl parade. Henry Benden is with Sound Transit.
Really what it means is that the investment we are making as a region in the light rail is absolutely paying off both for our residents and our visitors.
Benden says Sound Transit is preparing for even more big crowds as World Cup matches continue. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
And now let's check out that KIRO News Radio weather. We're on the heels of a 20-degree cool down here in the next 48 hours. 85 today and mostly sunny. 70 tomorrow, mostly cloudy with evening showers. And then Friday, rainy all day and 64. Mostly sunny and 80 right now in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio. With your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 1 hour down, 2 hours to go. We're going to get into a little bit of sports here. I'm very, very excited. We've had this guy on a few times now. He's a fan favorite. People love him. They love his accent most, but I think personality-wise, they're pretty warm to him as well. Ross Fletcher, former Seattle Sounders play-by-play announcer, 16-year broadcast veteran for BBC, Premier League, Championship Soccer, joins us now. Ross, welcome to the show.
How you doing, guys? A bit of a World Cup 2018 sojourn for me as well in Russia, which was, I think we talked about being drunk in Russia last time we were here.
That's right. Sample the local flavor.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
There's a lot of local flavor to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
Which we're going to. We have a collection. We're collecting these for the last couple of days in anticipation of you being on the show.
Lovely.
Of fans doing crazy things.
Oh,
which
I love
we'll get
this.
into.
Great.
But before we do that, so I was talking with Ross over the commercial break. And I did not know this, and Spike, I thought you'd be interested in this. Ross, when he first came to the U.S., I assumed, because he and his wife now live here, they're U.S. citizens, and they're raising their kids here, I assumed that he married an American, and that's what helped him to become a U.S. citizen.
Sure. He green carded his way in. He married his way in.
But that's not the case.
Got some anchor babies, you're set for life.
Yeah, there you go.
Ross,
not the case.
Tell Spike what you're telling me. You and your wife actually are both from England, is that right?
That's right. Yeah. So we've been together a fair while, and we got married a month before I got an outreach from the Seahawks Sounders saying, "Hey, do you want to move to the Pacific Northwest in America and try this soccer lark out here?"
Had you ever visited before? Had you ever come to the Seattle?
No. Just
he
Vegas.
saw singles, so he knew everything the city was about, right?
Like Vegas, New York, and that was it. And
okay.
what was the houseboat thing?
You've got
Sleepless in Seattle.
Right,
that was the closest I got. 2 hours on a movie.
Let me ask you this: when they called you, what month was it?
It was October 2011,
and you still came.
Still came.
You came to Seattle in like the gray.
Well, actually, they flew me out December 22nd.
Okay.
So you fly out during the afternoon of the UK. You land like 6 p.m. Seattle time, 3 a.m. for my body clock.
Right.
The first thing I do is I meet an executive in Bellevue, and he takes me out to Snowflake Lake because that's the season.
Yeah.
And I'm standing there almost like drunk hungover with fake snow smacking my head with all these people dressed in random outfits on
life-size
these
tin
floats.
soldiers.
And this is the most American thing I could think of from being like a reserved British guy who's effectively drunk hungover but on jet lag, thinking, where have I landed?
And you signed right there.
3 days.
Put a pen in your hand.
And was like, hey, how do I sign this?
Did you, I'm just, we'll get into more of this stuff in a second, but did you call your wife? Was she with you on the initial trip?
No, just me.
Okay, so you were married 1 month at this point.
Right.
She has a whole career in the UK, and you guys are
Plus, she's 8.5 months pregnant.
No, you guys were.
I'm kidding.
So you guys, so you call her. You're at Snowflake Lane. You have this experience. You probably call her. How did you describe that to her? Like, we're going to do this. We're moving out here. It's an exploratory trip.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember exactly. This is 14 years ago. Yeah. I'm 14 years into a 3-year stay, effectively. And I think I just...
He's here legally.
Yeah, laid it out and said, look, it's a little different to what you might imagine, but it's great. You know, it's... Seattle's about the most European American city you're ever going to find.
Sure.
And, you know, they showed me a really good time for those 3 days. And it was, it's a hugely professional organization I was walking into. It was the Seahawks guys running the Sounders. And so I was in VMAC and, into the lunchroom where all the execs are, no players at that time, I don't think. But it was all wonderful. You know, it's a real kind of step up from being at the BBC where I was, where you had to go through 3 different director level people to buy a paperclip. So, it was very much like, this is going to be an adventure, and we love travel. Let's embrace it.
Can you tell Spike, because this is crazy, I didn't know this is how it worked. I've had friends who have become U.S. citizens, but the process that they described to me was pretty arduous and took years. Did the Sounders help you become a U.S. citizen? Like, how did that work?
They helped me get my green card. And then I chose to get citizenship. So obviously, green card, renew it every 10 years. You can stay for as long as you want. But we wanted to be citizens. But to actually get in the country, I needed a visa. And there's so many visas, L1 visas, whatever visas.
Have you ever modeled? Because that really speeds things up.
Yeah, I should have thought about that.
Yeah.
Gosh darn it.
So what kind did you get?
I had to get something called an O1 visa. And I had no idea what these visas were. But it turns out that is the visa for Oscar-winning actors and Nobel Prize-winning scientists. And I was just a guy that sits in a stadium shouting goal every once in a while. And so I had to prove effectively, this is like a humble brag, I guess, that I was better than any soccer broadcaster in America. Otherwise, they weren't going to let me in. And this O1 visa thing was such a high bar. And I had to go back to, I think, 6 former bosses who had to say ridiculous things. And you've got to bear in mind, we're quite reserved as Brits. We don't really... get out there and puff our chests and say,
brag about yourself.
This guy's incredible.
That's the Americanism right there. That's what we do. That's how we do it.
So I've had to lean into that. So I got this O1 visa, long story short, helped me get a green card really quickly because that is seen as like a primo visa to get. If you get that, it kind of leads, the dominoes fall quickly after.
Yeah, we want the best of the best coming here in the U.S.
Today it's just $5 million, but go on. Sorry, things have changed so much since you got here.
I like that too. I like rich people as well.
Sure.
All right, Ross, I want to play you some clips before we get into specific talk. And I'm going to, by the way, this is going to be interesting. And I'm wondering if we're going to have a European sensibility, or a UK sensibility and an American sensibility, or if you're such an American citizen now that you're going to agree with me on this. I think the U.S. is going to win it all, and I'm going to try to convince you of that by the end of this segment.
Go for it.
Okay.
I love it.
Will there be alcohol involved?
There will not be alcohol. Sounds like I'm going to have to convince Spike of this as well.
Too. I don't know a lot, but I know we're not that good. We're great, and maybe
you know what?
Spirit
you just
is
hold
enough.
on to your butts. We'll get into that in a second. First, I want to play you some audio. This is a reporter in Miami from 10 News Miami. She's talking to Scottish fans.
Oh, because the Tartan Army marched south.
Yes.
That's right.
You might be surprised to learn, Ross, that when Scottish people get drunk, they get a little rowdy. And this is what it sounds like.
And I'm with a group of the Tartan Army here as we just finished our march from the Wellington. Walk from KIO down here to Lone Depot Park. We love Miami. We love Miami. Up to Scotland. Up to Scotland. Okay. All right, so...
She, by the way, she's like most of these reporters are fairly good looking, and she's in Miami, dressed appropriately for Miami weather, and these Scots could not be drunker. And just immediately they're not being like handsy in a weird way,
No,
but they're like a
loving.
friendly arm over the shoulder. Let me talk with you. Grabs the microphone out of her hand, which is like for a reporter who's on the scene, it's literally your only job is just to hold on to your microphone. It just goes away.
The only control you have.
He starts screaming F-bombs into it.
Perfect.
Pretty funny.
But that's very Scottish.
Is it very Scottish?
Oh, it's very Scottish. We talked a couple of weeks ago how they drank Boston Dry at Sam Adams.
Dry, yeah. The town was out of beer. Sorry, folks. Boston's closed.
I really hope that they just wore out CVS's entire stock of Factor 70 because Scotland and light-skinned and Miami sun is not a good combination.
I hadn't thought about that. They're airing themselves out with their kilts.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of aloe is also going to be sold in Miami.
Wow.
All right, so let's get into some actual play here before we get into the U.S. England and Ghana, your home country, played Ghana.
Yep.
They tied 0-0. England had a ton of shots. Why didn't they beat Ghana?
Oh, first off, I've got a colleague who was enraged there was even a tie. He's like, there were ties? That's the dumbest thing ever. What are you doing?
An American ally.
Can't you have a shootout?
Yeah,
That was one thing. England didn't play very well. Long story short, Ghana just wanted to park the bus. That's the soccer phrase for everybody defend. We're not even going to bother trying to score apart from the occasional counterattack. So it makes it very hard, even for the best teams, to score goals. We saw that with Spain and Cape Verde, where it was 0-0.
So that's the strategy. Is like Cape Verde goes into that game, and then Cape Verde, didn't they tie Uruguay?
Yeah, they tied 1-1. Yeah. So they're doing great. They might even progress to the knockout rounds,
which is amazing.
It's unbelievable.
But that's a good strategy. If
sure.
you don't need to. But eventually, in the group stage, to get out of the group stage, you do have to score a goal at some point.
You might, but you might play the same strategy and try and tie it all the way through to penalty kicks, and then it becomes more of a lottery.
Wow.
And just hope you don't concede throughout the whole game.
So it is possible that you could score no goals in the group stage and still make it out outside of penalty kicks.
Yeah, three ties.
Potentially.
Three draws.
Yeah, that could make it. Wow. You could make it because now we've got an expanded World Cup of 48 teams. It used to be 32. 8 of the third-place teams in each group of 4 teams are going to go through.
Okay.
So you could go through with 3 ties.
That's wild.
Yeah.
It's wild. Okay, I'm going to play you a clip. This is from England-Ghana game. Here's the thing about soccer that is a lot of fun. Does it bug you, by the way, that when we call it soccer?
No.
Okay, you're cool with it. When you watch a game like a 0-0 game or the Spain game against Cape Verde, it's okay that it's 0-0 because it's still like you start rooting. Like I was rooting for Cape Verde in that game because they were the vast underdogs, and you're like, oh, please, please, please get 0-0. Like to tie at 0-0 is such a tremendous accomplishment for that team. To stop a team like Spain, who's such a powerhouse, you're watching this, and like, you were saying last time, that goalkeeper, who's now a viral sensation, and he's got millions upon millions, at 40. Yeah. I mean, he's obviously got to turn that into some cash at some point. I would imagine already there's deals being worked on for social media.
He's going to be selling every product Cape Verde sells.
You would hope so. And you might even have seen that, talking of visas, his mom got a fast-tracked visa to come out and watch him. She was struggling, and then all of a sudden he's a star. Oh, there's your visa. Come and see your son.
If he can have 3 goals, sorry, watch from home.
All right, so this is a little bit of that game. England missing an opportunity to score.
Now Kane picks it up. Rogers, James, into the middle, off the crossbar, Harry Kane misses. O'Reilly hit the bar, Kane missed the target.
Yeah, it's a tough game, but 0-0. England is obviously going to advance.
It's fine.
They're fine. They don't mind.
Yeah.
Okay, before we get into me trying to convince you that U.S. is going to win the whole thing, Spike, you found the story. This was Guinness. Is this Guinness beer? Crowned a world
Guinness Beer sponsors the Guinness Book of World Records. That's who's sponsor of the Book of World Records.
I'm literally
it's
just
the Guinness
putting that
Foundation.
together.
Oh, you never knew that? Okay.
I thought they were just similarly named.
No. Arthur Guinness, who founded Guinness Brewery in Dublin. And by the way, this guy signed a 1,000-year lease with the city of Dublin for $1 a year.
That's
to make
pretty
Guinness.
good.
That's an Irishman did that. You think he got him drunk first? I do.
That's
anyway. Guinness has a world record for everything. You name it, there's a world record for it. John Curley is in the Guinness Book of World Records, I believe. I know he's attempted numerous times
for what?
To set world records. It was for most people water skiing or something he did. I mean, he's done a lot of. I think he's jump roped or something. John will tell you.
Jump roped on a water ski.
On a water ski, but for the longest.
While doing push-ups.
Made it 8 feet, world record. The loudest human was recorded by the Guinness Book of World Records. A man, he yelled one word. I think it was now or something, or wait or something. So what was
He
one
said
word?
a word, yeah.
Yeah, a word at 122.4 decibels. That is chainsaw level yelling.
Isn't that like remember when the Seahawks were setting those world records for
it was like 114, 121, somewhere in there.
So this is above that?
One guy yelling at that level. I couldn't find any tape of him yelling. There's an interview he did where he yells.
We have. I think
play what you got, because I don't think it's the record.
I think we have something here. Let's just, turn your radio down.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! My lords, my ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Canberra!
That's the world record holder.
That's the world record?
That's not the record. He yelled like now or stop or something. He yelled. It was a one-word yell.
He said, "Oh yeah,
he said,
oh yeah."
It took him 7. Well, that's not the particular record-breaking yell.
Oh.
That was placed in a town square.
I was gonna say I could do that
in Cambria. That was for the media, so we could all know who this guy was. He recorded it in a radio studio with witnesses from the Guinness Book of World Records and sound experts to measure the decibel level of this yell. He yelled like a jet engine volume. This guy yelled one word.
Okay.
And and which brings us back to the raving fans of World Cup soccer.
Yeah.
These people move mountains.
They get very excited.
There were seismic recordings at the U.S.-Australia match.
Yeah,
seismic
it was loud.
recordings.
Yeah,
it was loud. And when the USA scored their second goal, I think it wasn't quite beast mode level, but it shook the earth.
Yeah,
the fans of this sport are literally, you said it, the best part of World Cup.
Locally here, fans get crazy. I mean, like you saw this firsthand all the years with the Sounders. I mean, they have the kind of turnout that other states, other teams dream of.
They would dream of more than double the average attendance of kind of the next nearest teams.
Why do you think that is?
I think there's a lot of soccer culture rooted here from the 70s, the old days called the NASL, the North American Soccer League, where a lot of the European, actually English stars came over and just went door to door. They literally knocked on doors saying, hey, do you want to come out to the soccer game? And did a real marketing push. And there was Pele, Franz Beckenbauer, Johan Cruyff, Jeff Hurst, these effectively the Messis and the Mbappes of modern day coming out here to lay the foundations. And I mean, even on Friday, before the game for USA Australia, I saw numbers. 85,000 people total went to the waterfront over that day just to celebrate the occasion. And this is what the World Cup does. Doesn't matter what your politics are, where you're from, who your uncle is. It's just a melting pot of everyone to come together and have a great time.
There's a story we had earlier we didn't get to about people who's let their political beliefs keep them from enjoying this tournament. I just can't root for Team USA.
That was so silly though.
I'm with you.
Seattle Times put that out, and I
understand and respect that you've got reservations about the way the country is going for one side or the other. I understand and respect that. You're missing exactly why we have sport.
They're totally missing the point.
This is what sport can do like nothing else on the face of the earth.
It's the escape and it's the unifier in the same time.
Yeah, 100%. And they talked to somebody, we won't get too deep into this, but they talked to somebody in that article, and I was like, why would his kids allow him to take his picture for this? They highlighted, I'm not going to say his name, but they highlighted this guy in Everett who, because he watches a couple of, I don't forget who the team was that he supports. It's like he watches the Arsenal or something.
Oh, it was Manchester.
Oh, was it Manchester?
Yeah, I remember.
Okay.
I know the guy, yeah.
So because
I don't know him, but I remember seeing the story.
Because he watches them on probably Peacock, he's decided he's going to support England this World Cup because he watches them
over USA
because he just doesn't like Trump.
Yeah,
and
I'm embarrassed about my country, so I'm going to root for the other side.
You go talk to anybody on Team USA, they're going to want to talk to you about soccer. They're not going to want to talk to you about politics. And if you're injecting that level of politics into everything in your life, where you can't even enjoy the World Cup,
it's called a national team for a reason. It's for the nation.
Yes, everyone. Okay, speaking of the national team, we always do this to you, and I apologize. Do you have time for one more short segment? Do you have to get?
I mean, I've got to get my dog groomed at 2 in Green Lake, but let's go for it. Let's do it.
We're going to make it fast. When we come back, I'm going to convince Ross that Team USA is going to win.
You're going to need more than 30
thing.
seconds, I think.
And he's going to tell us whether I'm right or wrong. And I won't care what he says because they're going to win the whole thing. All right, stick around. Right back.
This hour is brought to you by Insulation Northwest.
Ooh, it is hot outside.
Western Washington is under a heat advisory.
So yeah, stay hydrated and stay with KIRO News Radio for updates on our record heat wave.
If we get to 90, it'd be the second time this June that we've done that.
Together with KIRO 7 Pinpoint Weather.
It's going to be interesting here for the next couple of days.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
In the Northwest 20 years ago, 90 was unforget about it.
The KIRO News Radio app and your smart speaker.
For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for fast, friendly service with guaranteed repairs. With 16 family-owned locations and a Carfax preferred badge, Bucky's makes it easy with same-day service and available financing. Visit Bucky's.com.
Nick, you know what's a great thing about going to Longevity Medical Clinic as a couple?
Oh, I absolutely do. When they tell you to do something, you actually do it.
Right. And the same thing with you. When they tell you to do it, because for some reason, when I tell you to do it, you're like, whoa.
I just walk away and roll my eyes.
Exactly. But the great thing about Longevity Medical Clinic, the doctors there know, because we do the blood draw and they look and they can see, they know, they hold us accountable.
Yeah, when I'm under pressure and I know I'm coming in, I know I have to work the program.
Right. Plus, we also want to hold each other accountable for how we take care of ourselves because, you know, we want to have a long, healthy, happy life.
I know. I want every day to torture you as long as I possibly can.
Well, I look forward to it. Here's the great thing about Longevity Medical Clinic. They're working with you. They're holding you accountable because they want you to have a long, healthy, happy life. I was a patient at Longevity long before I started doing these commercials. So get your free health analysis. Go to lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
Your medication for enlarged prostate is working. That's what you tell yourself. You're up 3 times a night instead of 5. The urgency is manageable. The stream's not great, but it's fine. That's the problem. Fine. Enlarged prostate, or BPH, doesn't pause because the medication takes the edge off. The prostate keeps growing. The bladder keeps working harder. And over time, those changes can be harder to reverse. But surgery? Not for you, right? Aquablation is not the surgery you're picturing. It's the only ultrasound-guided, robotic-assisted therapy for enlarged prostate. Don't wait until things become unbearable. Find an Aquablation urologist near you. Call Aquablation Seattle at 206-666-2466. 206-666-2466. That's 206-666-2466. All surgical treatments carry risks and results may vary. Side effects may include urinary symptoms, mild pain, ejaculatory dysfunction, or infection. In rare cases, complications to the urethra and rectum may occur. Aquablation therapy may not be right for everyone. Talk to your urologist to learn more. Visit aquablationseattle.com.
So, how's your research going?
Surprising. After I figured out the top-rated TVs in our price range, I went shopping for deals.
And who's the best?
It wasn't the internet, and it wasn't the warehouse club.
But?
It was video only. They had better deals on the Samsung, LG, and the Sony TVs that got the highest scores.
Better than online and at the club?
I know! Video only beat them all. And now we can afford an even better model for the same price. My research really paid off.
If we buy it video only.
Exactly. Otherwise, we'll be sorry.
At Video Only, you won't find huge stores with refrigerators or microwaves, but you will find the best deals on top-rated TVs, soundbars, and monitors. Shop around. Just make sure you visit Video Only, because if you don't,
you'll be sorry.
In South Center, Bellevue, Linwood, Federal Way, and Tacoma, Video Only.
Hey, how's your money situation? Are you ready for retirement? Well, if you want to know what the pros are doing to make wealth multiply and retire like royalty, then you need to listen to this show, Sound Path Through Retirement, with Ben Koval and Matt Leibarger. Get your money right and tune in every weekend, Saturdays at 10 a.m. and noon on KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
Hartley here from Wilcox Farms. For over 100 years, we've cared for hens with healthy pastures and organic grains. That's why our eggs are nutritious and flavorful. Next time you shop, choose Wilcox Family Farms, locally fresh since 1909.
Free consultations, no fee guarantees, 5-star reviews. J.P. Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains the importance of going beyond these familiar offerings.
Accident victims want an attorney, Tom, that satisfies their needs. Someone who handles those needs with the highest degree of care. Pendergast Law offers the no-fee guarantees and free consultations, but these only scratch the surface.
Okay, explain more.
We make sure that every member of our team is genuinely passionate about helping others. Customer service and communication are our top priority. It's how we take care of our clients so they always feel one step ahead of the insurance companies. Our strong reputation for high standards provides comfort and confidence when it's needed most.
Pendergast Law offers the free consultations, the no-fee guarantees, and of course, they are 5-star rated. But what really makes them different is their genuine passion for helping others. I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
That's PendergastLaw.com.
Advanced Hair Restoration, the simple one-day hair loss solution that's guaranteed to regrow your own natural hair. AdvancedHair.com. AdvancedHair.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and MyNorthwest.com.
Hey, good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. Another exciting day of World Cup soccer in Seattle. This time it's Bosnia versus Qatar. KIRO News Radio's Jillian Raftery joins us live from Seattle Stadium. Jillian.
Hi, Aaron. From my perch here on the 14th floor of the media center, I can look down in the stadium and see huge swaths of Bosnian fans in blue and gold and Qatar fans in red and white. It's pretty incredible. It's been an aggressive game, and the reaction, you can hear it from blocks away, as this is a do-or-die game. Both teams need to win to get a chance to move on. Fans came from all over the country, including Dennis, who's here with his family for the game from Baltimore.
That's like the one thing that made me come here, was just seeing, should be 30, 40,000 of us here, and just hearing the atmosphere. This one thing that makes it all worth it. So.
And I really think that 30 or 40,000 is probably right. I saw fans, Bosnian fans, just coming in from every which direction during the march to the match. It's certainly a big day for sports in Seattle. I'll be bringing you the latest all through the game and after, live in Pioneer Square. I'm Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
Thank you, Jillian. Right now, the current score, by the way, Bosnia up 2-1 over Qatar in the 69th minute now. World Cup crowds, by the way, have set a major attendance record along the waterfront. City officials say more than 84,000 people visited Waterfront Park on Friday for the USA-Australia match watch party. Broke the previous record by nearly 30,000. Fans from around the country have been gathering at Pier 62 to cheer on their teams. Officials say they've seen more than 450,000 visits from the tournament's opening day on June 11th through this past Sunday. And to the closing bell report now, a mixed day on Wall Street. The Dow gaining 182, NASDAQ down 110, S&P 500 lost 7 points. Now to the real-time traffic desk. Here's Nate Connors.
Thanks, Aaron. It's brought to you by Subaru of Puyallup. North 5 at State Route, just before State Route 18 and Federal Way. We just cleared a collision out of your HOV lane. It was there for a while. We've got a bumper-to-bumper backup starting at the Port of Tacoma Road, Tacoma to Federal Way, pushing a half hour, about a 15-minute delay. Over to Kirkland, South 405 was still crowded from Northeast 124th to 85th, where that right lane remains blocked by a long-term multi-vehicle collision. It isn't really blocking just one lane a whole lot, slowing the main line down, but everyone's slowing down. And check it out. Linwood to Bellevue is down to a 20-minute trip. Linwood to Seattle, 25 minutes. We're slow from Northgate into downtown. Bellevue to Renton, 20 minutes on 405. It is thick through Factoria, and then you quickly thin out after Coal Creek Parkway. Subaru of Puyallup has dependable, fuel-efficient, all-wheel drive models, including the redesigned Subaru Outback. Find stress-free pricing and offers at SubaruPuyallup.com, your stress-free dealership. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
The last day of some extreme heat out there with highs today topping out in the mid-80s. We are up to 84 degrees in downtown Seattle right now. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. Ross Fletcher, soccer extraordinaire. He joins us now. We've got a couple minutes left with him. So I'm going to ask him a little bit about Team USA, who plays, I called them Turkey for my entire life, but apparently now it's Turkey A. They play Turkey A tomorrow night at 7 p.m. If they win that game, I believe it will be the first time that U.S. men's national team has ever swept a group stage. I don't think they've ever done that before, which would be pretty good.
That's impressive.
Yes. What are you anticipating in that game, and how good are Team U.S.?
So the US are already through, and they know they'll be playing in Santa Clara July 1st for their round of 32 game. So this is about, I think, bringing in some fresh players. It's also about resting the 4 US players who are on yellow cards, because if they got a yellow card against Turkey, they'd be suspended for the next game.
Not good.
So a little bit of roster management is going to go on. Maybe Christian Pulisic, the star player, is going to come back and get some minutes under his legs. That'll be important. He's had a niggling injury, which has kept him out of the last game. And then Turkey, they should be fired up. They've got to play and try and resurrect their campaign. But, the US the pressure is off, so to speak, because they know they're through to the knockout rounds.
So there's nothing they can do in tomorrow night's match that will improve their situation?
No. They're going to play in Santa Clara, and it's just who they're going to play, and that's out of their hands. It's most likely going to be, as Gillian was mentioning, the Bosnia and Herzegovina team, who are playing right now in Lumen Field.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so that would be in Santa Clara, and if they win that game, then they come back here to Seattle on July 6th.
Yeah.
And that'd be the round of 16.
TBD.
For the round of 16 against somebody else. So, and it's a favorable draw as well for the US.
So the group stage seems pretty favorable too. Are we just getting high on the Team US because they've been playing subpar teams, or do they actually look as good as I think they look?
Yeah, I think they've surprised some people. They surprised me with how well they played in their opening game against Paraguay.
Which is not a subpar team, right? Paraguay's
decent South American team. They're always up against the big guys if you Brazil and Argentina. Paraguay aren't in that league. But they've got some solid professionals. So the US really did a number on Paraguay and surprised some folks, which was great. And then we're very professional in beating a physical Australia team. Again, not a great soccer nation, but you can only beat what's ahead of you. And in this watered down World Cup, now they've expanded it by 16 extra teams, you're going to face weaker opposition. But you can only beat who's in front of you, like I mentioned. They've done that. The real test will come in the knockout round, right? It's the nerves, it's the do or die, but they've got enough quality to go into the last 16 and play for an even greater prize in Seattle.
And like you're saying, if Pulisic's healthy, if everybody's back, nobody's worrying about yellow cards, then by the time they get to that July 6th game,
they've got a bit of momentum.
They've got some momentum.
The nation is behind them.
You guys, what are the odds? How good do you think they would have to be, or do you think that they can win this entire thing? Spike, you first.
I was led to believe that this team didn't just have the talent level to compete with the Spains and the Englands and the Frances of this tournament. So I'm going to enjoy it.
Don't say it. I'm not going to ask you to say it.
I'm going to enjoy every minute.
But you do think they're going to win, yes?
No. Sorry, don't
Spike,
say
don't say such things.
I'm not going to, I have no power.
They
I've
can
learned
park
long
the
ago.
bus. Like Ross was telling us, they can park the bus until the last 5 minutes, and then in the shootout,
they have a better
somebody
chance
gets
than
lucky.
we do of moving
Well, of
on.
course they got a better chance. Ross, as somebody from the UK, you've been watching soccer your entire life. Can the U.S. win it all?
I want to be romantic about this and say, well, there's a chance, but realistically, no.
Okay.
But a lot of host nations from lesser soccer countries have got to the Final Four. They've got to the semi-finals. South Korea did it in 2002. Greece won the European Championships as a nobody team in 2004. So it is possible. Is it realistic? No. What I would say is enjoy the ride, guys.
Sure.
Enjoy every game and just take it for what it is until it's over.
I'll give you 5 words that'll make you feel great.
Okay.
Do you believe in miracles?
That's what I was about to get to.
Were you? There you go. Because
that's what I was about to get
we
to.
have precedent, my
we're
friend.
We're a country who believes that we can
Nobody
do the impossible.
gave us a chance against England.
Let me tell you what.
Back in 1787.
And that's what I love about this country.
Yeah.
Let me give you a number. I know Ross has to leave here, so he can leave in the middle of my middle of my monologue
you're in stoppage time now, pal.
But listen to this.
No hydration break here.
66 years. Do you guys know what that number represents?
No.
That's the amount of years it took between the invention of flight that happened here in America and us landing on the bleeping moon. Okay. That's impossible. Yeah. And when JFK went to Rice University in 1961 and he gave this speech and he said, "We choose to go to the moon because it's hard.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things. not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win, and the others too.
And the World Cup too.
And the others too. We can win the World Cup too.
We can beat
and why can't
France.
they? I'm watching Cape Verde go 0-0 with Spain.
Yeah.
I'm watching Cape Verde go 1-1 with Uruguay. I'm watching Ghana go 0-0 with England. Now, yes, it necessitates that these other teams suck. That's fine with me. But Team U.S. is doing great. And they're scoring a bunch of goals. So I think it can happen. So, Ross.
Dare to dream.
Dare to dream.
There you go.
Don't give up hope. We believe that we can win. Ross, thank you for coming in. We appreciate it.
Great to see you guys.
Great to see you, too. Hope your dog has a nice bath. All right, Ross is going to leave. I'm going to play you this clip because we got to look back no further than in 1980.
Yeah.
Lake Placid, New York.
I need it right now.
Herb Brooks. Now, this, of course, is not Herb Brooks. This is Kurt Russell, who does one heck of a Herb Brooks impression.
Oh, this is a great movie.
Giving his speech in Miracle on Ice. And God bless this guy. And why can't we see the same thing this year at the World Cup?
Great moments are born from great opportunity. And that's what you have here tonight, boys. That's what you've earned here tonight. One game. If we played them 10 times, they might win 9. But not this game. Not tonight. Tonight, we skate with them.
Yeah.
Tonight, we stay with them. And we shut them down because we can. Tonight, we are the greatest hockey team in the world.
Soccer team, too.
Should have Kurt come in, full costume, with the wig and everything.
Born to be hockey players.
Born to be soccer players.
Every one of you. And you were meant to be here tonight.
Oh.
This is your time.
Your time.
Their time is done.
Done.
It's over.
Over.
I'm sick and tired of hearing about what a great hockey team the Soviets have. Screw them. This is your time. Now go out there and take it.
If that doesn't give you goosebumps, you're a dead person.
I have just trademarked the Miracle on Grass.
Did you really?
Yes, I did.
You did. I'm watching you.
Yeah. Because when it happens, my friend,
let me ask you
we're
again.
never working again.
Let me ask you again. Yes, I'll split that.
Yeah, buddy. You inspired me.
Do you believe now?
Yeah, sure.
And you know what?
No, yes,
when I watch,
yeah, sure, whatever.
When I watch that team, when I watch those guys in their pregame huddle, when I watch those guys going out there on the pitch, and that's what they call a soccer field, they believe that they can win. There's not a single one of those guys that are going onto the grass thinking to themselves, "Hey, you know what would be nice? If we just got a goal."
Sure nice if we showed up and didn't embarrass ourselves.
Sure nice if we as a host nation. I guarantee you, they go out there, they're thinking that they're going to win the entire thing.
Good. Yeah.
And they believe it because they can. And if you believe it, you can achieve it.
And if you don't believe it, you ain't got a shot.
You've seen The Edge, right?
Yes.
What one man can do, another can do. What one man can do, another can do. It's a mantra. You just got to say these things over and over.
I love this.
It's amazing the stuff that you can accomplish. You listen to JFK. You listen to Herb Brooks. And you know what? Eventually it becomes reality.
McClanahan is there. The puck is still loose. 11 seconds. You've got 10 seconds. The countdown going on right now. Morrow up to Schultz. 5 seconds left in the game. Do you believe in miracles? Yes! Unbelievable.
Oh, my gosh.
It is awesome.
It's awesome. And you know what? For all those people, honestly, we were talking a little bit ago about the guy featured in the Seattle Times article. God bless that guy. Yeah. And you know what? If you don't want to vote for Team USA, that's fine. I don't fault him for it. Whatever.
Yeah.
Live your life. If you want to focus on that stuff and you want to get distracted, that's totally fine. But it's really fun to see these guys playing.
Yeah, it is.
And it's really fun
and
to see them in
if you're not
success.
getting on board, you're missing one opportunity.
You're missing one hell of an opportunity.
I gotta talk like that guy.
I tell you what, because you're going to find yourself someday, if you don't do that, you're going to find yourself in a situation where you're going to be in a stadium, you're going to be rooting for these guys, watching them on TV. You're going to see 69,000 fans singing "Take Me Home, Country." Go Team USA.
Ooh, it is hot outside.
Western Washington is under a heat advisory.
So yeah, stay hydrated and stay with KIRO News Radio for updates on our record heat wave.
If we get to 90, it'd be the second time this June that we've done that.
Together with KIRO 7 Pinpoint Weather.
It's going to be interesting here for the next couple of days.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
In the Northwest 20 years ago, 90 was unforget about it.
The KIRO News Radio app and your smart speaker.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can choose the best coverage option for you. Because you know you. Like, you know you can't cook. You're not one of those people who say that they can, but when people come over for dinner, they find out the hard way, you can't. You can't even microwave popcorn, and that's literally just one button. Plus, measuring and patience are huge parts of cooking, and that's just not you. Only you know you. So get coverage options within your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Pricing coverage match limited by state law.
Meet Lee Platts, a renter whose possessions fill not only her apartment, but also the darkest corners of a mini storage unit. A land of both truth and fiction. Truth, everything inside is protected by Progressive. Fiction, one day Lee will fit into her clothes from senior year of high school. Renters, discover coverage for what you love and what you can't get rid of in Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers.
Guys, tired all the time? Gaining weight? Low drive? These aren't just signs of aging. They could be low testosterone or other underlying issues. This June, for Men's Health Month, Revive Men's Health in Seattle is offering a free comprehensive wellness panel, a $400 value. It checks your testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. No guessing, just answers. Over 100,000 men have trusted Revive to get real results. More energy, better sleep, improved mood, and confidence that shows. If something feels off, don't wait. Take control and protect your long-term health by knowing your numbers. This offer ends June 30th. Schedule your free comprehensive wellness panel today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Feel better, live stronger. Start now.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-330-8323 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-330-8323. That's 800-330-8323. What do you have to lose? Call 800-330-8323. Again, 800-330-8323.
Staples Easy Deal Days are here. Score up to 50% off more than 1,000 products in-store and online. It all ends July 4th. Staples. That was easy.
There are 5 things money can do for you: growth, liquidity, cash flow, protection, and tax advantages. Don't miss an opportunity because you're current retirement plan only focuses on 2 or 3 of them. Hi, Jeff here with Madrona Financial and CPAs. Don't settle for a partial plan. Get the real deal by requesting your no-cost Madrona analysis today and discover what you may be missing. Call 833-673-7373 right now to request your analysis. That's 833-673-7373.
All right, welcome back to the show. Super fun having Russ Fletcher on. People like his accent, and he knows a lot about the sport, which is fun.
He's just a nice guy, fun guy, family guy. Adopted this country as his own, raised his family here. He's
a nice guy.
He's a nice guy.
He's got a great voice. Very nice guy. People really like him. He's a very nice guy. It would be cool if he sounded a little bit more like Michael Caine. I can't do it. Can you do Michael Caine?
Michael Caine? I don't know. Now because I'd have to work on a little bit. There are different English dialects.
Yeah.
And I think Ross showed us that last time. He's got a Cockney accent. He's got a more sophisticated British accent.
Yeah. They're as varied in their accents as we are in the U.S. Yes. Like we have the Southern accent. We have like the Minnesota folks. We have the New York.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
they just heard him say hello, and they gave him an Oscar winner visa, an 01 visa.
All right, you're in.
Hello? Oh my! Listen, we must have you in this country.
He is good at this. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver. We don't normally talk so much sports, but every once in a while we'll get into it. This is a big story locally here because a lot of people want the Sonics back in town. They think it'd be a lot of fun to have the Sonics back. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver was on the Dan Patrick Show just yesterday, and he was talking about the timeline for a possible expansion. This has been talked about ad nauseum for many, many years, but they haven't really had the framework to fully round out the conversation. But we're starting to understand a little bit more about what the shape of this looks like. And according to Adam Silver, they're talking about targeting somewhere in the 28-29 NBA season. So a couple years from now, which makes sense.
2 years from this fall.
Yeah, it makes sense because it would take some time. Like, let's say somebody comes in and wants to make a really good offer to have a franchise here. They're going to have to pay a ton of money. Then they're going to have to. I mean, you're already seeing this play out with the Kraken ownership.
Yes,
have done what they need to do to be able to shore up the.
It's called getting your ducks in a row.
Yeah, getting your ducks in a row.
And then once you get a buying group together, then you have to have the league approval of this. Then you have to vote this, and this is happening in 2 cities at the same time, here and Vegas.
Here's a question for you: do you think it's more advantageous to an NBA ownership group to have singular owners? Like, let's say you had somebody like, what's the guy's name who yells a lot, the Microsoft guy, who owns...
Steve.
Steve Ballmer.
Yeah.
Okay, so Steve Ballmer.
Steve, to me.
You know him as Steve, yeah, because you guys are buddies.
We got our head shaped at the same place.
Did you really?
I stopped going.
Oh, okay. Well, you've got hair still, so that's why you probably stopped going.
Yeah.
Steve Ballmer, who has the money if he wants to, he can just pay. He can just write a check. But it's also one guy who can do whatever he wants versus an ownership group who has a lot of different ideas about things and will have to come to some consensus.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think the NBA prefers? I think I know what I would prefer, but I'm interested in your take on it.
I imagine there's more of an advantage to having a sole owner who can just make decisions before having to go before a committee.
That's true.
Then there isn't having a multiple owner group, which may have deeper pockets and broader resources to give your team everything it needs to be successful.
Yeah.
So there are pros and cons both ways, but I think if you had to weigh both of them, give me one owner.
I think
who's calling the shots.
I think the one owner is the better thing. You're right.
And then you get Jerry Jones.
And then you get Jerry Jones, who's
grown
his team tremendously, and it's worth.
But he hasn't won a Super Bowl since the team he inherited when he bought the squad. They won three
That's
straight.
not true.
They won 3 straight Super Bowls right after Jerry Jones bought the team. They have not won a Super Bowl since.
Well, but he has won the Super Bowl with them.
Yeah, but they won 3 in a row. But my point being, he didn't.
I don't know if I would say that he has nothing to do with the winning of the team.
But. No. Well, he bought the team, and the players, the roster, the coaching was all in place.
He didn't add anybody else?
He may have added peripheral pieces, but they had Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith.
Coach.
They had.
That was his buddy from college.
Switzer. Or Jimmy Jones.
Jimmy Jones and Jerry
Jimmy Johnson.
Jimmy Johnson. They played college football together.
But he brought in coach.
And I would say the coach is a pretty vital part of that
That's
team.
about it. Yep, fair enough. But in 30-some years of Jerry Jones calling all the shots, while the franchise has quadrupled, tenfold increased in value.
Well, that's what the NBA really cares about. Winning is nice. Dollar value is
Values
better.
are better. Yeah. So maybe one owner would be better.
This was him talking to Dan Patrick about a possible expansion, which is really only 2 cities now. It's just Seattle and Las Vegas.
Yeah, that's where they want to be.
Here's a little key piece that I was unaware of, though. I assumed it had to be 2 teams because you need to even the brackets out.
Yeah.
That's not the case.
No, I've read that too. Yeah.
Was that the first time you'd seen that?
I knew that already because they're talking about realigning some teams that are currently in the West, but they're playing way back east.
Yeah.
They'd move some teams around.
Theoretically, they could add just one team or none.
Yeah.
They could decide to add none teams as well. Here's Adam
They
Silver.
want this market.
We're looking at 2028. Seattle and Vegas still the leading candidates for expansion, and if so, Memphis or Minnesota going to the Eastern Conference. Does that sound fair?
So if we expand, at least we're thinking 28, 29 season. The only 2 cities at the moment we're looking at are Las Vegas and Seattle. We haven't had a vote on it. It's not a foregone conclusion, but we're in the process of talking to groups that are interested in getting an expansion team in those 2 cities. And then, we'll if we do add 2 teams, we'll want to
I got to say, there's a lot of caveats here. There's a lot of qualifying statements.
He's just being careful.
I know he is, but
he's just.
I wish he was a little more cavalier. I wish he was a little bit more we're only looking at 2 cities. He's saying we're really only looking at 2 cities right now. I mean, there could be a dark horse that comes in and says, hey,
Reno wants to step up to the plate. We're willing to listen.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying to you? Sure.
I love that it's Herb Brooks.
By
way of Reno.
I can't get past it.
even out the conferences, so there will be some movement then.
But if you're looking at 2 teams, not either Seattle or Vegas.
We're currently looking at 2 teams, but what we've said is it's possible we won't expand at all, and we could expand to just 1 market. But we're officially looking at both those markets right now.
I would like him to be a little more demonstrative in his statements.
But he's playing hard to get.
Yeah.
Imagine you're at a bar. There's a very attractive woman. 2 guys go up.
I was going to wait for your story to be the attractive woman, and this is again before I'm happily married. She's approaching me, trying to entice me.
Oh, okay. Well, the NBA is the attractive woman.
Okay.
Vegas and Seattle are Steve and Jerry or whomever.
Would you date, if you're the NBA and you had to date a stereotypical version of Seattle or Vegas, would you choose either of those guys?
But if you wanted to keep you buying drinks, wouldn't you say maybe both of you are going to go? I don't know.
But they both have deep pockets.
I may go home with neither of you.
Yeah. I'm not going to marry either of you, but both of you have a lot of money.
You could both strike out. They're going to keep playing. They're going to keep playing hard.
That's funny.
He's playing hard to get.
Yeah.
He's playing it smart.
He's probably playing it smart. You're probably right. All right.
She's a pretty girl.
I don't know about that. We got a lot more coming up. Stick around. We're going to be right back.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
Spring is a season homeowners start improving their homes. Hi, Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. If your home needs roofing, siding, new windows, gutters, or decking, our team can take care of it all. For a limited time, save up to $3,000 on a new roof, siding, deck, or windows project. Planning multiple upgrades? Combine your projects and save even more. Or with 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest up to 24 months. You can start your project now and pay later. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com.
Step inside and let the excitement take you places. This is Muckleshoot Casino Resort, the ultimate spot for action that reaches incredible heights, luxury that knows no bounds, and live entertainment that always thrills. It's all at one incredible destination. So when you look for the best, look nowhere else. Muckleshoot Casino Resort, the biggest and best in the Northwest. Muckleshoot.
How would you like to invest in the Seattle real estate market, one of the hottest and most stable regions in the country, and achieve a great rate of return on your investment without the effort of sourcing a deal, the expense and time of building permits, or all the hassles that come with being a landlord? Hi, I'm Scott Rirucka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Invest in the stability and ease of Legacy Group Capital's Northwest Fund. Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
You could sleep through the night without thinking twice. You could take a seat in the middle of the theater. You could drive without worry of where the next restroom is. You used to say yes, and somewhere along the way, you stopped. Not because of one big moment, because of 100 small ones. A little more urgency, one more trip to the bathroom at 2 a.m., one more mental note about where the restroom is. It happened slowly enough that it just became you. But it's not you. It's enlarged prostate, and there's a treatment called aquablation therapy, the only ultrasound-guided robotic-assisted therapy for enlarged prostate. Find an aquablation therapist near you. Call Aquablation Seattle at 206-666-2466, 206-666-2466. That's 206-666-2466. All surgical treatments carry risks, and results may vary. Side effects may include urinary symptoms, mild pain, ejaculatory dysfunction, or infection. In rare cases, complications to the urethra and rectum may occur. Aquablation therapy may not be right for everyone. Talk to your urologist to learn more. Visit aquablationseattle.com.
For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for fast, friendly service with guaranteed repairs. With 16 family-owned locations and a Carfax preferred badge, Bucky's makes it easy with same-day service and available financing. Visit buckys.com.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio, KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle, Northwest News.
ABC News, I'm Chuck Sievertson. It wasn't a leisurely lunch for Republican lawmakers meeting with President Trump on Capitol Hill. Many had expected a political win-win in an election year earlier, but the president canceled the signing of a bipartisan affordable housing bill. He insists Congress first passed his Save America Act, an election-related measure. Louisiana Senator Bill Cassidy indicates what sources to ABC News said was correct, that the meeting was tense with the president frustrated over the War Powers Resolution vote. He and Cassidy getting into a shouting match. Cassidy saying he asked Trump about the Iran war.
You have not told the American people what's going on. It was supposed to last 4 weeks. It's lasted 4 months. Our original objectives have not been achieved. And I want to know what's going on.
A federal judge today permanently barred Trump's executive order implementing a proof of citizenship requirement to vote. This is ABC News. Before dawn on June 24th, 2021, the Champlain Towers condominium complex near Miami collapsed, killing nearly 100 people. Today, a ceremony remembering
Gonzalo Torre, David Epstein.
The names of the 98 people who died when their home crumbled around them were read aloud as residents and first responders came together again.
No one really expected something like this to happen, and the most that we can do is focus on the future, on things that we can do so that nothing like this ever happens again.
Devin Gonzalez lived in the Champlain Towers and survived the collapse. Her father did not. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
We're hearing from a paddleboarder followed by a great white shark off the coast of Santa Barbara, California, Father's Day weekend. And Robert Kagan says his niece was nearby.
The feeling is a mix of adrenaline and just this excitement mixed with this. It's a big deal. Like, probably shouldn't be doing that.
Chuck Sievertson, ABC News.
Seattle wraps up another World Cup match. A live report from the field after Nate Connors at the traffic desk.
Thank you, sir. Up in Everett, North 5, just past the Union Slough. Got a collision on your right shoulder. It isn't blocking, but you're going to start to slow near the Snohomish River. Not too bad. Eastbound 526, however, we are packed leaving the Boeing plant over to I-5. North 405 is heavy through Canyon Park, approaching 527. Just volume here. Linwood to Seattle, a 25-minute drive. You're slow from Lake City Wade, I-90. In Kirkland, South 405 at Northeast 85th. That earlier long-term collision just cleared from the right lane, but now we have a new crash in that same area, blocking your left general purpose lane. South 405 is filling in between South Bellevue and Renton. Plan on 25 minutes to make this trip. And in Federal Way, we got a new crash, North 5 at South 300th, blocking your right lane. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granillo. Bosnia's soccer team just came away with a big win in Seattle, beating Qatar 3-1 in the World Cup. KIRO News Radio's Jillian Raftery is live outside the stadium. Jillian.
People are screaming with joy, Aaron. Some are crying. I have seen the Bosnian players still wandering around the field as if they were in a dream. Everyone is elated. Bosnia may have won, but all of the fans are celebrating this entire experience.
You root for your team, and you could see after the game, both friends from all over, they celebrate together. It's just enjoying this World Cup atmosphere, right?
This blowout win likely means Bosnia will move to the third stage and could even face the USA down the line. Regardless, it's an incredible victory for a young team where it's only their second appearance in the World Cup games and 30 years since war tore through the country. A lot of these fans say it is an incredibly meaningful game because of that. From Pioneer Square, Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
All right, thank you, Jillian. The crowd's drowning her out a little bit there, but hey, that is the experience as we see it right now. At SeaTac Airport, it is setting a record for passenger volume 3 times in the last week, thanks to fans coming and going for the World Cup. In response, TSA has enhanced airport security, U.S. Air Marshals patrolling the skies for drones above the stadium. And the TSA's Adam Stahl says they've also seen this, an uptick in Kraft's new travel-sized bottles of ranch dressing.
We're seeing both companies and travelers take advantage of it. Again, it's all in good fun, and it really showcases the pride in America that we have, both at TSA, but also across the department, across the government.
There are 3 more matches scheduled to be played at Seattle Stadium, including this Friday between Iran and Egypt. Starting July 1st, you will face higher penalties for speeding in work zones. WashDOT says first-time violations will now come with a $125 fine that is up from a warning. Repeat offenses remain at $248. Change follows more than a year of enforcement, with speed cameras used over 900 times, issuing about 85,000 infractions statewide. The cameras only operate when work crews are present. To your forecast now, we have the heat advisory still in effect for this afternoon, and highs in the mid to upper 80s, currently 84 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio. With your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
All right, welcome back to the show. 2 hours down. We got 1 hour left to go. This is going to be a fun one. We've done more sports talk today than I thought we would, but like all World Cup coverage for us, a lot of it is like the stuff surrounding World Cup, not necessarily gameplay.
I think we've decided right after the first experience in Seattle, the first match in Seattle, that FIFA blew it, at least from an American perspective, by trying to sell the game as opposed to selling the party.
Americans, they want the fun of the environment.
We're the party. We're all about the party. We're about the environment of the crowd and the visitors. We just heard the newscast. Record travel at SeaTac.
The drunk Scots are a lot of fun.
The drunk Scots, they could. Well,
Japanese to clean up everything.
I do anything every 4 years just to have the drunk Scots come to town.
Yeah, the rowing Norwegians. Everybody kind of has a thing that they do. It's a lot of fun. But to capture all these moments, you have to have people out there taking pictures and documenting these things. And you saw these pictures. You said, Jake, you got to look at these before the show. And you showed me all this stuff. I'm like, yeah, I get it. It's
so
nice.
A social media friend of mine shared the work of this photojournalist. Is that the right way to describe what you do?
I don't know how to describe me.
Luckiest guy in America.
I capture the essence of things.
This is Chuck Fazio. Chuck is a journalist, a photojournalist who is, if I got this right, you were hired to come to Seattle? and photograph our city to promote it to your hometown and other.
Well, no, to
the world,
to
probably.
everyone,
to the world. Okay.
Before we get into the specifics of that, we also have Caitlin Rice here, who's also. You guys are both taking pictures.
We are a team. We are a partnership.
Okay, so
she is my muse.
Here's your okay, fantastic. And here's
so
my
you
question
haul
to
his
you
gear?
both.
Is that
No.
I'm
amongst other things.
I'm kidding.
Yeah. All right. So Chuck and Caitlin, you guys, are you both from Florida? Where do you guys hail from?
So I hail from Northern Virginia, Alexandria, just outside of D.C., and Melbourne, Florida.
Okay.
And Caitlin is my next door neighbor, but has turned into an amazing photographer and just a partner in everything that I do.
So here's the fun thing that Spike was showing me the stuff. I'm like, this is amazing that somebody just gets to have a career going around seeing cool stuff. Before we get into the World Cup stuff, how did you guys get into this?
Yeah, we every once in a while we'll look at each other and we'll say, this is such a scam. I mean, I have the good fortune. I'm not bad at this stuff. I mean, there are people better. I know my place. I'm pretty good. But we go to Dallas and McLaren pays us an ungodly amount of money to shoot their president for 2 hours. And I'm like, really? We get paid to do this?
Yeah.
And this gig has been for me, if you've read any of the words that I put on Facebook describing what I'm doing, an unbelievable challenge. The question we were asked immediately, and one that was in my mind from when we got the call from Visit Seattle to come out here is, holy moly, why don't they have any photographers in Seattle? So my challenge, and it became the apprehensive fabric of my being, was how am I going to justify my paycheck with these guys,
well,
right?
Your work has done that, both of Caitlin and Chuck. These are amazing photographs. And I'm just going to assume that Visit Seattle hired you to come here and photograph our city to promote it to the world.
Yeah, so
we got the town.
You can't see my goosebumps, but thank you for those cool words, man.
No, you're very welcome, because I think maybe Visit Seattle, residents of Seattle, we tend to take some of this for granted.
Yeah.
We tend to get, it becomes mundane to see the mountain out.
Yeah.
You've got a shot.
That's a ridiculous thing to say.
No,
you can never take that for granted.
We do. We get, okay. Oh, the mountain's out. We like, yeah, okay. But you've got a shot of Mount Rainier, of Seattle Stadium silhouetted by Mount Rainier.
Yeah. If we can get that one up, do I have control?
I think Laura's got control of the photographs. And you're gracious enough to share some of these photographs.
If you guys are not watching,
these are all.
Go online right now. You can go to KIRO News Radio on YouTube. You can watch this live. You can stream this live.
That's not the one.
But here's a photo. These are all photos that you guys have taken.
There's my dog.
There it is. Back.
That one.
So this was taken out of pure laziness, and I'm tired. We had been walking around all day. And I'm like, we're taking the elevator. And Caitlin's like, well, you're lazy. And I'm like, we're taking the elevator. So I get off the elevator. I'm walking. I look to my right, and I'm like, I can't curse. So I said, holy fill in the blank. I can't believe what I'm seeing. So I whipped my camera out, and I just started clicking away, and that's what it was.
So for the listening audience who may not be seeing this is a picture of Mount Rainier in the background. You have those famous it's Lumen Field, but it's called Seattle Stadium.
So we don't owe FIFA 37 cents. It's Seattle Stadium.
It's Lumen Field arches, and it's all silhouetted by this beautiful backdrop of Mount Rainier. And this is what we see all the time. So, like Spike said, we do kind of take it for granted.
Okay, well,
that's why the fresh eyes.
Let me tell you, that's a mistake. Any day that you can wake up and you can see that is a day worth living. It's
pretty nice.
And you really just have to. No, that's a remarkable thing.
Do you guys feel like maybe that was one of the reasons, or when you guys go and visit a place that you're not familiar with?
Yeah.
Like, had either of you spent much time in the area before you came here?
We had been here twice already on gigs. We do the thing called Chuck Fazio's Executive Portrait Experience. We go on trade show floors.
Oh, cool.
We set up a pop-up studio, and the association of the corporate, the entity hires us, and we give it free to the attendees. So we were here both in January and February, and Caitlin and I were walking around in February, and she looks at me and she's like, why don't we just open up an office here? So I got thinking, okay, yeah, sure.
And somebody showed you the taxes, and you went, I don't know, man. Like, Florida's nice.
No, Florida's not nice. And I'm going to tell you something. And I wrote about this.
Sure.
I like drinking my coffee when the flags are the rainbow kind and not of the red kind with people's names on them, and that's what we are surrounded with.
Let's stick to sports here for a minute.
Well, that's
so
one of the beauties of our
love
town,
the vibe of Seattle.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
I love the inclusive nature of it all, and I love that there's a peaceful nature about what I have seen so far, and that has impressed me the
When
most.
you guys came here for the first time and you're walking around, you're getting ready. Do they like tell you, here's some things that we want you to take pictures of, or do you guys have free range, just kind of do whatever you want?
They do a little bit of both. I mean, we get a list, and then they sort of just trust us to grab anything we see that's good. I mean, Mount Rainier with Lumen Field was not on the list, but
we got those on stock photos of that. Yeah.
Well, you bring up a good point, and that is my biggest challenge, is to come up with stuff that you haven't seen before, or you have, but you haven't seen it in the way that I have captured it. So when I go about doing what I'm doing, that's foremost in my mind. And so the answer to your question is a little bit of both. They point us in the right direction, but as to between here and there, or once I get there, that's all on us.
Sure. Are they paying you guys by the picture? Like, how does this work? I imagine they contract with you. They say, we want you for this. How much? Like, what are the deliverables?
So I'll be completely. I hate when you say be completely honest. No, I'm going to be partially lying about this. No, I told our friends at Visit Seattle that I would do this for nothing.
Sweet.
Our primary goal was to come and meet people, and which is what they did. We got to shoot Beth Knox. I photographed Beth Knox at the top of the stadium, which was a lot of fun. So we met people, and we're trying to establish a beachhead here. They then came back and offered me what I would consider a respectful amount of money. Nowhere near what I would charge, but it wasn't really about that.
It costs money to do what you do.
Yeah, it wasn't about that. This has been for us the 10 of remarkable days. As somebody who does what I do, to be able to be called upon by the people that market the destination to capture it for them, that they're going to use our art to show the world who they are, there is no greater mission, calling, goal for a photographer than that.
And how lucky, I mean, they're here on like the nicest weather days.
I was going to, when you told me that you're leaving town, tomorrow, right?
Caitlin's
Chuck is. I'm staying for the game Friday.
Home. Okay, because Friday's going to be Seattle.
Is it?
It's going to be rainy, gray, and 65 degrees on the edge of July. That's kind of what we deal with here. But you've been here in December, so you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We put up in this part of the world. We get less rain than Boston. People love to hang their hat on that, but it's great from October to May. Because we just sock in between these two mountain regions.
I got to tell you, I'm tired of hearing that respectfully.
Okay.
And
I wasn't saying it pejoratively.
Well, you don't live here. If you lived here, you'd understand. It's gray.
I get it.
And it's going to last forever.
I get it. So when I live in Alexandria, Virginia, from November to February, the beginning of March, it is too cold to go outside. How many months is that? In half of June through half of September, it is too disgusting to go outside.
Yeah.
So no places. We live in Florida. Forget going outside between April and October.
Yeah. Pretty
every
humid,
place.
Sure.
But let me tell you, right now, there is no more beautiful place in America.
Oh, we agree with that.
Seattle.
I mean, that's why we like summers here. It keeps us here for the other 9 months.
You've experienced the World Cup culture as much as you have the cities.
Yeah.
The city, we put our best foot forward for this. We've got company come. We made all these analogies. We put on our Sunday best to have the world come over for a party.
Yeah.
And you've captured the essence of the visitors to Seattle. Have they been having as much fun as you have?
I have to tell you something. I just put up a shot, and that shows you how much fun these are having. I'm still hoarse from screaming to tell all these people to wave. This is one of the watch parties.
This is the waterfront. 84,000 people in attendance. We set a record by 30,000.
Yeah.
Breaking the old record for attendance in Seattle waterfront.
Our primary mission has been to photograph our international visitors, to show them, not people that are already here.
Sure.
And I got to tell you, as an American, I'm pretty proud that the city that these folks are seeing is this one. I travel all over the country, literally all over the world, and I mean this with all the sincerity I can muster from the bottom of one of my most favorite organs. I don't think there is a better city in America than this one. This one has everything. Granted, I've been here 10 days. I understand completely. I've been here on the best weather. I get all that, but I'm not a dumb man.
We enjoy the enthusiasm, sure.
I can interpolate. I can, do all that stuff. This is a great city. This is truly a great city. We met some amazing people, and I'm going to try to pull that up if I could. Oh, so one of the things that we did on Saturday is Caitlin went over to and I know I'm going to forget it, Caitlin, so tell us where it was.
Resilient Hearts Animal Sanctuary.
Okay.
Which is a lovely, lovely place. And we photographed their dogs in an effort to try and get these guys some forever homes. So we have met some fabulous people, and even the first day, I'm going to try to bring those guys up.
We, while you're speaking about pets, we're a sanctuary city for pets. All politics aside, we are a destination for a lot of, when there's a natural disaster, which I'm sure you're well aware of, in places like Texas and places like the Gulf Coast, they have shelters that become overrun with pets for people who have lost everything.
Yep.
And those shelters have limited capacity and limited time frames for which to care for animals. We are a destination.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Resilient Hearts do.
Yeah.
They save them from those.
We had a pet we lost. We lost to illness, but it was one of the finest dogs we ever had, and she was a rescue pet from the Gulf.
Yeah.
And so and that speaks to who the city is.
I got to tell you, anybody who doesn't rescue a dog, I don't know, man.
You're no friend of mine.
Not somebody I want to hang out with. Thank you for saying that.
We rescued a dog once. I will say we did rescue a dog once who was a real jerk.
I hear
He
you.
was not nice.
We rescued a dog.
He bit me every time I tried to cuddle up and say hi to him.
Like that.
They can be very rude.
Sometimes it's the wrong dog for the family. We rescued a dog.
He wasn't even rescued from a bad situation.
No,
it was just an old lady who couldn't take care of him ananymore. She had a lovely life.
Yeah.
And then he came to our house. He was a real jerk.
It's always the spoiled ones.
Yeah, he was a very spoiled dog. I didn't like him. Did you? So you guys are leaving in the next day or so,
Chuck,
right
you're leaving
before the
tomorrow.
good weather. You're taking the good weather with you, which is
always the case. Yeah,
curse.
I brought it.
I'll get the bad weather, I think.
You'll give it a shot. It's not
you'll be
bad.
here
It's
Friday,
all right.
yeah.
You'll be
Yeah.
fine. What are some of the? So this is a big event. Obviously, the World Cup is a huge event.
Yeah.
What are some of the other places that you get to go around and travel to do similar stuff like this?
When you
how
say
much,
it's the
how
greatest
much your
city in
year?
America. Yeah, what do you
like?
compare
How
it
much
to?
your year spending traveling and where you get to go?
All over and everything. I jokingly say I will do anything except a wedding. We just came from the Hyatt, where I was doing executive portraits, and then Caitlin and I were doing food. Caitlin is
taking pictures of from
Yeah.
restaurants and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's one of my most favorite things to collaborate with the chef.
Yeah.
Because they'll bring a plate out, and we sometimes end up completely changing how they present the dish. This was at Ray's.
Oh,
My
yeah.
goodness, I have to tell you something.
My wife and I's first date at Ray's.
So we finished shooting,
That's
right?
how she hooked me right there. That plate of mussels. That's exactly what she used.
Stylized by Caitlin.
It's beautiful.
All I did was hit the button. So get this. We're done. We're leaving. And there was this fish dish in this, this sauce.
I don't even know what it was.
And I just said, let me just take a bite. And it stopped me in my tracks. I'm like, and then we sat there, and it was cold, and it was the most delicious thing ever. Let me talk about the people that we met, if I could. Sure. The first day, so what we do is they send us to a place, and we have to capture its essence in like 45 minutes, right? So this means I got to go in, I got to look for the shot, we have to look for the shot, and then I've got to create the shot. I've got to sort of find the light for the shot and put people in the shot. So we've been very lucky about finding people, and there were these two great guys who were riding bikes, and we photographed them at the
Molly Moons.
Oh, in the waterfront.
Yeah.
Was the old terminal. That terminal's where the gold rush came and went.
Son of a gun.
Yeah.
And the next day we were shooting a watch party, and they were there. John and Mark, and we have become fast friends. They've invited us over to their house. We had wine and cheese on their deck overlooking the sound. It was awesome. These guys here, okay, that's Sarah and Jamie. So the photograph.
Is this on a boat?
If you
on a boat,
wait,
this is not listening. You're not watching.
If you could pull up the shot of that family in the Space Needle. So we're at Cary Park, and there were these two young women in beach chairs, and I went up to them and I said, "Hey, can I photograph you?"
Leave me alone, weirdo.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, you've got a high bar to get into a situation.
You should send Caitlin over to ask these questions, not you.
Trust me.
I'd send you away in a hot second. I'd say, who's this creepy dude trying to
Hey,
take
we make
pictures?
a good pair, though, right?
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
You're not telling me anything I don't know.
Yeah,
And
no.
we all have our place.
Yeah,
so.
I see it.
So the woman says, "Well, how much are you going to pay me?" I'm like, "Well, I'm not, but I could make you,
You're like, actually, I'm making money on this. Seattle's paying me to take your
Yeah.
picture.
This could be them right now.
I can make you famous." So I go over to these two are sitting on a bench that I have photoshopped out. You can't see it back there. And they had their dog, the two people on the right. And I'm like, "Hey, can I photograph you and the dog?" And they're like, "Sure." And we talked about it. They're like, "We instantly knew you were cool. That's why we did it." And so it just happened that their kids and Ainsley's boyfriend was there, so we put them all on the thing. We became such good friends that the next day they invited us out on their 42-foot sailing yacht.
Nice.
And not only was that a cool thing, but we were able to take a very neat shot from the water of the pier with the watch party framed through sailboats. So it was just,
I saw that photo in your
yeah,
gallery.
There you go.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So the people here.
Yeah, it's
and
the
again,
people you get to meet.
I can't generalize. I'm sure there are.
Sure, we got jerks.
Right.
We got buttheads. We got.
But
them all.
I can only tell you that the people that we have seen and touched and interacted with, it's a vibe here in Seattle. It's
pretty nice.
It is a vibe.
We're told not to do a lot of touching, but the rest of it's pretty nice.
Not anymore. It's funny. It is a news station. We're Seattle's news sources. We have to bring sometimes the worst of the situations to people's attention, and we're always dealing with local politics and budget shortfalls and crime and drug problems, all these things. It's so nice for someone to come to our city when, of course, we're shined up and ready for company, but to be able to see it again through fresh eyes and to remind us that it's a city worth fighting for.
Yeah, it's like having friends come from out of town. You show them the nice stuff and
you
try
do.
to avoid
and
the ugly
you remember
parts.
what it is you love about this town.
Yeah.
And I know that's difficult. I know we face a ton of challenges that all cities face.
Yeah.
But when we get it right, there's no better place on earth.
It's beautiful.
You
Chuck,
know-
go ahead, Chuck, real fast, and we're going to wrap it up.
Okay, one of the most joyous things have been all the comments I've been reading from people, and they say that exact same thing, and that they are just so happy that they have seen the positive energy both in my pictures and my words, and it has made them feel so good to be here. And that, again, you can't see them, but I got goosebumps.
It's beautiful shots. Chuck Fazio, Caitlin Rice, where can people see your work?
ChuckFazio.com.
Fazio?
Yeah.
There you go.
Cool, man.
Chuck spelled the normal way. Fazio.com. Chuck and Caitlin, thank you guys for coming in.
appreciate
Thanks for sharing
Safe
your work and your
travels.
time.
Enjoy the city.
Thank you.
All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around.
This hour is brought to you by Davis Law Group.
Ooh, it is hot outside.
Western Washington is under a heat advisory.
So yeah, stay hydrated and stay with KIRO News Radio for updates on our record heat wave.
If we get to 90, it'd be the second time this June that we've done that.
Together with KIRO 7 Pinpoint Weather.
It's going to be interesting here for the next couple of days.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
In the Northwest 20 years ago, 90 was unforget about it.
The KIRO News Radio app and your smart speaker.
This might be the most surprising statistic I've shared in decades of doing local news. More than 75% of commuters will be involved in a car accident at some point. JP Pendergast of Pendergast Law with more.
What makes it more surprising? The average person will be involved in 3 to 4 collisions in their lifetime.
With accidents unbelievably prevalent, what are some safety tips if it happens to you?
Safety first. Secondary collisions are not uncommon while awaiting help. Turn on those hazards and remain in a safe place. If a bystander witnessed the accident, capture their information and encourage them to remain at the scene. Seek medical attention immediately if needed, as delaying can be a costly mistake. Lastly, remember that statements made to police and insurance adjusters can affect your case.
Collisions are more common than we'd like to think. If you find yourself in one, follow these helpful tips and then call my friends at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one's injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
PendergastLaw.com.
Always exhausted, loud snoring, keeping your partner awake? You could have sleep apnea and not even know it. South Seattle Smiles has a comfortable solution with no CPAP required. Most medical insurance accepted. Call 206-241-5533 today. SouthSeattleSmiles.com.
RV buyers save thousands at the 10th Annual Summer RV Blowout Sale, June 18th through the 28th at the Evergreen State Fairgrounds. Top manufacturers with every floor plan imaginable, exclusive dealer rebates, huge discounts on new and used models, factory reps on site, enjoy free lunch, plus a year's worth of free camping. The 10th Annual Summer RV Blowout Sale, June 18th through the 28th at the Evergreen State Fairgrounds in Monroe, hosted by Open Road RV, free parking and admission.
They call this one Bill.
Whoa, aliens? Am I in a spaceship?
Affirmative, Bill.
What's with the laser saw?
Relax. We are cutting our bill in half.
What?
An Xfinity mobile transmission says you can cut your bill in half.
Oh, your mobile bill, not me, Bill.
Xfinity Mobile also says we can try it free for a year. Free.
Yes, with no commitment. Can we put the saw away?
I am reluctant. But we will find another being to bisect.
That's not sci-fi. It's Xfinity Mobile. Xfinity Internet members cut your mobile bill in half. Plus, try Xfinity Mobile free for a year. No commitment. Learn more at xfinitymobile.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Xfinity Internet required. Savings compares one line of Xfinity Mobile Select to comparable plans from T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T as of 3/24/26. Taxes, fees, extra. $30 monthly discount limited to new mobile customers only. After 12 months, regular rates apply.
Your old water heater's starting to peter.
DayandNight.net. Day and Night has $150 off installation of any new water heater, including tankless, backed by a free lifetime warranty.
Hi, I'm Bruce. When your old water heater leaks or fails, the damage could be catastrophic. Whether you need an emergency replacement or you're planning ahead before it leaks, give us a call and we'll help you get into hot water again.
Get $150 off installation of any new water heater.
DayandNight.net. Load up the paddle boards, pack the hiking boots, and point the hood toward adventure in a Subaru Outback. Carter Subaru has the largest Subaru selection in our state with over 800 Subarus in stock. And right now you can drive home a 2026 Subaru Outback with just 0.9% APR financing. Carter Subaru in Ballard, Shoreline, or online at cartersubaru.com.
On approved credit, subject to vehicle insurance and availability. A documentary service fee may be added to the sale price or capitalized cost. See dealer for details. Valid through 6/30/26.
Are you thinking about getting a new TV this week at prime prices? Maybe a Samsung, LG, or a Sony? Before you click, you should check out Video Only, because they've got below prime deals. That's right. Top-rated TVs at better than online prices. Curbside pickup or home delivery are available. Don't click before you call Video Only, because if you do, you'll be sorry.
Guys, it's Men's Health Month at Revive Seattle. Get a free comprehensive wellness panel. It checks your testosterone, blood sugar, heart health, and more. Valued at $400. Offer ends June 30th. Call 206-529-1111 or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and MyNorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. World Cup crowds right now pouring out of Seattle Stadium and into the streets after Bosnia beat Qatar in the World Cup. KIRO News Radio's Jillian Raftery is there. She joins us live. Jillian.
And there've got to be about 40,000 Bosnian fans streaming out of Seattle Stadium in a state of disbelief and ecstasy after this blowout win. Bosnia got up on Qatar 3-1. That means almost certainly that they're going to advance out of group stage, and it could mean that they're going to take on the U.S. in one of their next games. Bosnian fans flooded the stadium with blue and white in a true showing of fandom.
Atmosphere was great. There's a lot of people there. The whole crowd was blue and white, so it was awesome.
I've told all my family and friends, I just keep sending the word surreal. It's been a surreal experience.
The whole experience, you really just have to be here to believe it. People are really stunned, and it's just such a great atmosphere. I'm seeing Qatari fans shaking hands with Bosnian fans, fans with jerseys from all over. The party continues, and just a heads up to anyone trying to get on the light rail right now, I'm already seeing the lines backing up for every mode of transportation getting out of downtown Seattle. Live in Pioneer Square, Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
All right, thank you, Jillian. Other news we are tracking today, a new report showing homelessness on the rise in King County. Latest point-in-time count estimates more than 18,000 people are unhoused on any given night. Nearly two-thirds are unsheltered, living in cars, parks, or on the streets. It's about 9% jump from last year. Officials say more people are still entering homelessness than finding stable housing. Washington taxpayers are on the hook for a $1.7 billion hole in the state's legal payout fund. KIRO News Radio's Amanda Factor tells us why.
The state keeps settling huge claims, many tied to the Department of Children, Youth, and Families. Former State Attorney General Rob McKenna tells Seattle's Morning News the agency settles to avoid even bigger losses in front of a jury.
That money has to come from somewhere. It comes from state budgets, but state budgets get their money from the taxpayers.
What's the fix?
We need to put in some guardrails and put limits on the amounts that people can recover from the state, which is what other states do.
The strain comes as Washington faces a projected multi-billion-dollar budget shortfall. Amanda Factor, KIRO News Radio.
And we turn now to the real-time traffic desk. Here's Nate Connors.
And it's brought to you by the KIRO News Radio app. If you're heading toward Montlake, eastbound 520, right there on the Portage Bay Viaduct, collision blocks your right lane. That's got you backed up onto I-5. So both directions of I-5 are jamming up at the exit ramps. Westbound 520, you're going to get thick as well as you approach the scene. Linwood to Seattle has improved to 20 minutes. We're still thick, though, from Ravenna down to I-90. North 5 slows from the West Seattle Bridge to the Columbia Tower. In Federal Way, North 5 is South 300th. We're still on scene of a collision blocking your right lane. You're backed up all the way to Porter Way now in Fife. Federal Way to Seattle, 25 minutes. Heading the other way, Seattle to Federal Way, 40 minutes. We're slow along South Center to our crash scene at South 300th. And Everett to Marysville, we're pushing 20 minutes. It's solid from 526 to 528. Text APP to 888-973-5476 to download the KIRO News Radio app. Listen to your favorite shows and get the latest news and updates sent straight to your phone. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Our heat advisory expiring at 11 o'clock tonight with temperatures today in the mid to upper 80s. A big cool down in store then for the next couple of days. 60s for Thursday and then some rain on Friday. Right now, 84 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. Let's talk about climate. You want to talk about climate?
Sure.
It's
We're gonna
lovely
walk out
weather.
into it. Yeah.
Lovely weather out there lately,
Beautiful.
but it's going to be cold tomorrow. Not cold, but not as warm as today.
Wouldn't we have like
Thank
a 20,
the Lord.
20
I am
some drop in degrees?
melting in this heat.
Are you really?
I can't stand it. It's too much. I get really lethargic. I burn easily. It's because I'm Norwegian. I'm just not made for the hot stuff. I took a walk yesterday with my 2-year-old and my 11-year-old, and we made it like 900 feet. It was just hot. It was like 92 degrees at the time.
Was it evening?
It was right when I got home from work. It was like 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
Just boiling hot. Yeah. And, it's too much. But we're going to have it's going to drop down to the 60s. It's going to be raining, which is, not perfect, but
it's a
nice little reprieve.
Kind of nice relief.
Kind of nice relief.
Cleans the air.
All right. So the theme of this segment is climate and clean energy and all that stuff.
Okay.
And we're going to start with Washington Attorney General Nick Brown, who is he has signed on to an effort to stop some drilling that the Trump administration wants to do in Alaska, in Alaska's Arctic National Wildlife Refuge. That's a mouthful. Right. The ANWR, which people have referred to.
We've been hearing about this drilling, the hopes of drilling here for years.
In ANWR for I mean years and years and years, I would assume. So he signed on to an amicus. He's filed an amicus brief, and he is
13 other attorneys general.
13 other attorneys general. He argues. He says that the leasing could harm migratory birds, could increase greenhouse gas emissions, and relied on an inadequate environmental review by the Bureau of Land Management. This was a statement he said. He said, once again, this administration is breaking the law to prop up the fossil fuel industry with no regard for the cost to our natural world. The interests of oil and gas are not above the interest of the American people and our extraordinary ecology, says Nick Brown. Question for you. This is in Alaska. I saw this headline. It's Alaska.
Yeah.
Have we solved all the problems in Washington State? Has he solved every problem? Is there nothing left that he could...
It's not a perfect state, no.
It's not a perfect state. No. Do you think this is a good use of his time to be spending it up in Alaska? 13 other people have already signed on to this.
13 other states, California, Colorado, very environmentally dedicated states, right?
Sure, yeah.
Michigan, Maine, Minnesota, Massachusetts, Maryland, Illinois, Vermont, Rhode Island. Oregon,
I would argue that when somebody joins a team, they're going to be like some sort of an addition to that team, right? Like you're going to do something. Otherwise, you're just virtue signaling. And my concern is he's spending time doing this instead of doing other things. Like we don't have any more prostitutes that needs getting rid of.
I love you, buddy.
No, do we not?
No, of course we do. But guy can walk and chew.
Do we not have any?
Guy can walk and chew gum at the same time.
So all problems in Washington are solved.
Should all problems be required to be completely solved before he can turn
before he goes and solves them in Alaska?
To a larger, Alaska's problems are our problem, and from his perspective.
From his perspective,
and if you've got a coalition of 12 states,
then maybe you're not necessary.
Well, let me look at it this way: if you're trying to solve a problem that's based in Alaska, what he fears is an potential environmental catastrophe
for the migratory
in Alaska,
birds.
For the planet we live on. If you are 12 states and you don't have the state probably most impacted by any kind of ecological disaster, potential disaster, environmental disaster, is Washington. We're the closest neighbor.
Well,
if you don't have Washington's
get
AG,
through Canada first, but
but if it hits any of these states, I mean, he didn't get Idaho.
He doesn't
get
like
Montana.
He doesn't like it because he doesn't like oil and gas.
Well,
it's not because of environment reasons. I mean, it's not like an Exxon situation. I don't think he likes oil and gas.
Why doesn't he like oil and gas? For environmental reasons, wouldn't you agree?
Well, his is mostly, I would assume, his is less about like an Exxon type spill and probably more about the birds. Probably more about fossil fuels. He talks about not wanting to burn fossil fuels because he doesn't like all that.
Yeah. We're about to, as we have another heat wave.
Here's my question, though. Isn't he concerned about the price that people are paying at the pump in Washington State?
He should be.
Does he support the CCA? I assume he supports the CCA, yes?
I'm assuming he does, too.
I assume
he's a Democrat by nature.
Yes, I assume he does. He's a politician, which is what he is. People are paying through the nose at the pump for many, many reasons. The Iran war, definitely one of them.
Yeah.
But Washington State, almost more than any other state, often competing in the top 2 or 3, is paying through the nose because of local policies related to the Climate Commitment Act.
Absolutely
and
true,
the third highest gas tax in the nation.
Can't argue with you.
Okay.
When you're right, you're right.
So my question is, does he not care about the person in Washington, the average person in Washington who's struggling to afford every single thing in life because it's more expensive because the gas is so crazy expensive? Then he's worrying about these migratory birds?
You should call us or text us if you're busy. A.G. Brown, text us up.
Well, is he up in Alaska right now? I don't even know if he's reachable. He might be up in Alaska in the Anwar.
You know he listens to the show. He's a fan of the show. He said it many times.
I'm sure he's not a fan of the show.
888-973-5476.
I just feel like for all the efforts. Did you see this piece from the Washington State Standard? Did you read this? On here's the headline. This is Big Battery encounters resistance across Western Washington. Big battery farms encounter resistance across Western Washington. What was your takeaway from that? And maybe like a quick synopsis of what we're seeing. There's a resistance to do these big battery storage.
These batteries, in conjunction with, akin to, I guess I should say, not in conjunction with, akin to the server farm debate. About do we...
the data center thing?
Data centers, yes. Yeah. Data center, server farms, battery storage. These are all energy hotbeds or energy, the flavor of the month. I'm trying to find the right way to phrase this out. But they do have environmental impacts. And so Washington being, like you said, this maybe too committed to an environmental point of view to the detriment of the daily well-being of its citizenry, they have this overarching point of view. And I think it's all... one more club in the bag trying to get the planet right, trying to live within this planet with respect to the future and future generations. So they stand up against these battery storage, these big battery farms.
Yeah.
And again, they say put them somewhere else. That doesn't come without a cost, an economic cost.
Let me play you this clip. I'm going to play you a clip from Jay Inslee, and I'm going to give you a little fun little detail from this article. The battery thing is interesting as a conversation, but I think the main piece that I took away was one paragraph in this large story from Washington State Standard. They did a good job on it. That has me calling into question efforts like Nick Brown's, jaunt up to Alaska to stop oil being, gotten.
Try to save a federal wildlife reserve.
And Jay Inslee's constant pitch for clean energy. This was Jay Inslee. Was this MS Now? Where's he at here? I think it's MS Now. I could be wrong about that.
The show is called The Weekend.
Yeah, it's MS Now.
Okay. Is that MS
Weekend,
Now?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's where it's the farm team for their potential hosts.
Isn't MS Now the entire network of farm team? This is Jay Inslee talking.
So we have the problem statement, which is real clear, which is Donald Trump giving us cost, chaos, and corruption. And we have the answer, which is clean energy, which is abundantly available. And fortunately, it's happening. 90% of all of the new generating capacity in the United States last year was clean, renewable energy. If he'll just get out of the way and stop his insane and corrupt bargain to try to force this dirty energy down Americans' throat. We're paying way too much.
Okay. So what's so ridiculous about that to me, you may not find that to be, you may not have a problem with what he said.
Okay.
The reason we pay so much gas tax, the reason we have such high prices at the pump is directly because of Jay Inslee. It's not Donald Trump. It's Jay Inslee. And it has been for years.
He's got as deep a hand in it as anybody else does.
Far more than Donald Trump does. Far, far more. And for years and years and years. And as a result, do you know what we have to show for it? Listen to this. This is from that Washington State Standard piece. I'll read you this. Against this backdrop, Clean and Prosperous organized a study mission to Texas last month for Washington state legislators, utility executives, and green energy advocates. The object was to learn how the Lone Star State got to #1 in battery storage, solar, and wind power. So for all of Jay Inslee's talking, Texas is doing it the best. Washington ranks dead last in clean energy growth, according to an analysis by ProPublica and Oregon Public Broadcasting. How is that possible with the amount of money that we are spending and being ripped out of our pockets? Would Washington be dead last? Isn't that pathetic?
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing. So where's the money going? Billions and billions and billions of dollars are being collected. State attorney generals are going up to Alaska to fight oil drilling. And where's it going? Dead last. And then Jay Inslee's sitting there saying whatever Jay Inslee's saying. I mean, when are they going to stop this madness? This seems like madness to me. The amount of money people are paying out of pocket, and it never ends. And if you ask somebody like Nick Brown about it, I guarantee you'd say, oh, we want to have a clean environment. Nobody wants a dirty environment. Everybody wants renewable, healthy energy. You're raising an eyebrow, but
this administration doesn't. They cancel green energy projects.
Here's what I'd like you to do. Here's what I'd like you to do.
Sure.
I'd like you to focus on Washington State and what Washington State is doing, because we're dead last.
Okay.
And everything Washington State wants to do, who runs Washington State?
Democrats.
Okay. So why isn't it the best?
Great question.
All right, we got a lot more coming up. Your text message next. Stick around.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
I know it's hard to imagine as the thermometer hits near 90 degrees, but did your house suffer rain damage during the winter months, during the rainy season? Did you have a leak maybe you don't even know about? Shouldn't you know? Do yourself a favor and call my friends at Integrity Roofing and Construction and schedule a free roof assessment or video inspection today. Find out what your home looks like up in the crawl spaces and the attic of your house. Find out if your insulation's up to speed for the upcoming summer heat months that we're going to have. They've got years of experience in roofing, restoration. They can replace, they can repair, they can do whatever you need done, and they do it like nobody else. IntegrityRC.com is the website, IntegrityRC.com, 206-202-ROOF.
There are 6 markets you can place your money in. Research suggests it's better to have exposure to all 6 markets. Don't miss a potential opportunity because you didn't strategically diversify your assets. Hi, Jeff here with Madrona Financial and CPAs. Request your no-cost Madrona analysis today and discover what you may be missing in your portfolio. Call 833-673-7373 right now to request your analysis. That's 833-673-7373.
For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for fast, friendly service with guaranteed repairs. With 16 family-owned locations and a Carfax preferred badge, Bucky's makes it easy with same-day service and available financing. Visit Bucky's.com.
Jonathan here from DUI Heroes. Summer's a time to celebrate, but also a time when DUI arrests go up. Please be safe out there and don't make the mistake of drinking and driving. But if you do make that mistake, DUI Heroes is here for you to help get your life back together. We defend you, the person, the human, during the traumatizing and stressful time of going through this. That's why we call ourselves DUI Heroes. Because when the odds are stacked against you, you need a hero on your side. So get your free case evaluation at 1-800-DUI-HERO or DUIHeroes.com.
Your medication for enlarged prostate is working. That's what you tell yourself. You're up 3 times a night instead of 5. The urgency is manageable. The stream's not great, but it's fine. That's the problem. Fine. Enlarged prostate, or BPH, doesn't pause because the medication takes the edge off. The prostate keeps growing. The bladder keeps working harder. And over time, those changes can be harder to reverse. But surgery? Not for you, right? Aquablation is not the surgery you're picturing. It's the only ultrasound-guided, robotic-assisted therapy for enlarged prostate. Don't wait until things become unbearable. Find an Aquablation urologist near you. Call Aquablation Seattle at 206-666-2466. 206-666-2466. That's 206-666-2466. All surgical treatments carry risks and results may vary. Side effects may include urinary symptoms, mild pain, ejaculatory dysfunction, or infection. In rare cases, complications to the urethra and rectum may occur. Aquablation therapy may not be right for everyone. Talk to your urologist to learn more. Visit aquablationseattle.com.
Clutter happens. Let Closets by Design save the day. For a limited time, get 40% off plus an additional 15% off and 18 months 0% financing on approved credit if paid in full. Go to closetsbydesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN.
The Mariners are all about giving you more baseball for your buck. With Mariners Value Games, you can score seats for less than $12 on select dates all season long. Plus, be sure to check out the biggest ever value menu and beer lineup. Available every game and featuring 36 items. From ballpark classics like hot dogs, nachos, and refillable sodas to canned brews starting at just $5. Go to mariners.com/value to grab your value game tickets and check out the full slate of value options at T-Mobile Park.
Hey, it's Jason Rantz. If your air conditioner is barely hanging on, CM Heating has one of the best offers I've heard this summer. Right now, you can get any size high-efficiency AC system for just $179.99 a month with zero upfront cost. And here's the game changer. CM Heating's Comfort as a Service program includes lifetime repairs, annual maintenance, and even filters at no additional charge ever. Go to cmheating.com and schedule your free estimate online today.
License number CMHEAHL 751LW.
Did you know in Washington State, you can see a physical therapist without a referral from your doctor? That's right. Thanks to Direct Access, you can skip the wait and get the care you need right away. Shannon O'Kelly, how has Direct Access changed the game?
Direct Access for us, Brock, is a game changer. Why? Is because there is so much research and data out there that says if you get in early when you have a musculoskeletal problem or an injury, the earlier you get in and we can start care, the better outcomes and the decreased downstream cost, okay? So it's so important. Our providers are all doctors of physical therapy. They're all trained to identify situations and problems. They've got the skill, they've got the talent, they've got the knowledge. If you get in and start therapy early, we're going to get you back to activity, pain-free, and moving and having fun.
Fast, easy, effective. Direct Access is your path to better movement, starting with a single step. Visit irgpt.com to schedule your appointment today. irgpt.com.
Giving your liver a spring cleaning is easy with Active Liver. From New Nordic. Search for Active Liver by New Nordic on Amazon. CVS, Wegmans, or GNC.
Every time I pull up to a gas pump, I find myself doing the math. How much is this going to cost today? If the pain at the pump has you thinking about a hybrid or electric vehicle, start your search at Carter Subaru. You'll find a great selection of hybrid and electric models, plus more than 800 Subarus in stock, the largest Subaru inventory in Washington. Carter Subaru in Ballard, Shoreline, or online at cartersubaru.com.
On approved credit, subject to vehicle insurance and availability. A documentary service fee may be added to the sale price or capitalized cost. See dealer for details. Valid through 6/30/26.
All right, welcome back to the show. A lot of text messages to get to. I'm very excited, by the way. Tomorrow night, Team U.S. versus Turkey. We're not going to have to play many players, though. I mean, they could do a lot of sitting. They could have a lot of guys on the bench get some playing time, which would be cool.
I have learned so much thanks to our guest, Ross.
He's super insightful.
I thought that if the USA won their third match, they would be structured higher.
Yeah.
In the knockout round, they would get like a higher seed. That's not the case.
I thought that too.
World Cup lays it out with no matter what you do, if you're the 1 or 2 in your group, you're placed in a predetermined position in the bracket.
Mm-hmm.
That's because they want to make sure they get the marquee teams opposed to each other.
Sure.
As they get, you don't have the 1 and 2 seeds or best team ranked in the world play in an earlier game.
I wonder how that does work out. Like, are they doing random draws for later rounds, or are they really like right now? There's a matchup that's about to happen between Scotland and Brazil, and you and I were joking this would be a really fun match to be at because both of those crowds are drinking crowds,
passionate fan bases in the world. One, because Brazil is perennially a world powerhouse.
Yeah, and there's probably no place in the world that's as crazy about soccer as Brazil.
As Brazil. And there's no fans in the world more passionate about their partying and their country, I was going to say, and their partying than the Scots. They're
a proud people.
They've been the surprise stars of this world. Wouldn't it safe to say?
Yeah, they're great.
Clearly the surprise stars of the World Cup. And the players have played well.
The fans have been the stars.
The fans have been the stars. If I could be any place in the world this afternoon, I'd be in that stadium in Miami watching Brazil and Scotland, and I would want to ride home.
It'd be fun. It'd be a lot of fun. All right, let's get to some of these text messages. Laura, fire away.
Nearly $1 million being put back into the King County Regional Homelessness Authority. Song Lee in Edgewood says, Jake, this is government. It's going to take them 10 years to analyze.
That's true.
But wait a minute. I'm glad this text came in because we're talking about they're going to spend $900,000. It's decided that Seattle and King County we're going to spend an additional $900,000 to bring in an outside accounting firm to take a look at the state of the King County Regional Homelessness Authority's books. This isn't government. This is a real accounting company. This is an outside independent source that's going to hopefully tell them the truth. And you said, what are they going to learn in 5 weeks when the mayor has to make a decision and the King County executive have to make a decision? Maybe they'll find out in 5 weeks that this thing is not able to save. It's beyond redemption. And they'll pull the plug.
I still think that price is crazy, $900,000 to have somebody look at the books. And I just don't think I think this is setting up them saying, well, let's make this thing work no matter what. I think that's what they're getting at. I think that's what's going to play out.
You call it chasing the pot in poker? Is that what you call it?
Yeah, well, you're pot committed.
Pot committed, where you just throwing good money after bad. We'll hope it's not the case. Doug in Mount Vernon says an extra $900,000 to beautify the area around the hole that they've been digging.
That's funny.
For Grit Landscape.
Final one here, Sam in Redmond. He says, I have an MBA in finance, worked in IT and management consultant 25 years. He says, send me in there. I can do an audit real quick and I can find out what you need to know. All right.
That's often the case that private companies can do a better job. Right, Sam could do it
always the case.
For a lot less than $900K.
Always the case. Always the case.
I can't believe we're out of time.
All right, we're out of time. Thank you guys so much for hanging with us today. John Curley's coming up next. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Ooh, it is hot outside.
Western Washington is under a heat advisory.
So yeah, stay hydrated and stay with KIRO News Radio for updates on our record heat wave.
If we get to 90, it'd be the second time this June that we've done that.
Together with KIRO 7 Pinpoint Weather.
It's going to be interesting here for the next couple of days.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
In the Northwest 20 years ago, 90 was unforget about it.
The KIRO News Radio app and your smart speaker.
Meet Lee Platz,
A renter whose possessions fill not only her apartment, but also the darkest corners of a mini storage unit. A land of both truth and fiction. Truth, everything inside is protected by Progressive. Fiction, one day Lee will fit into her clothes from senior year of high school. Renters, discover coverage for what you love and what you can't get rid of in Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers.
Progressive knows it ain't easy navigating the open plains of home insurance, but there is one man who can help tame that wild herd of options. The Home Quote Explorer.
Note, Progressive's Home Quote Explorer is not a real person, but an online tool that lets you compare home insurance.
He's the type of feller who helps you decide on the right insurance, even if it ain't with him.
Again, not a person, just an online tool that helps you find great home coverage.
A real pioneer.
Okay, fine. Just do the thing. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations.
I just can't dig it.
Dig what?
My water line.
Needs replacing?
And I don't want digging in my yard.
And maybe your driveway.
Can't dig it.
Don't dig it.
But how do you?
Apollo Plumbing replaces water lines without digging up your yard.
You're Dan.
From the Ready Right Now plumbers.
Apollo Plumbing.
Our trenchless technology replaces water and sewer lines.
Without digging up my yard?
2 little holes is all it takes.
Sounds better.
Faster, too.
And my yard?
Like we were never there.
Sounds spendy.
Not so much.
Oh?
In the end, about the same as that messy digging you don't want.
How do you figure?
Think about that landscaping you love.
Yeah?
Trenchless means you won't be paying to replace it.
Or my driveway.
We run everything underground.
Trenchless?
Do them all the time.
How about...
Easy payments?
Yeah.
With approved credit. Sure thing.
When can you get started?
We are the Ready Right Now plumbers.
Love that.
Apollo Plumbing, trenchless waterline replacement.
Sewer lines, too.
Can you dig that?
That I can.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Hartley Wilcox here. For over 100 years, my family has been committed to doing what's right. We believe food should be honest and wholesome. At Wilcox Farms, that starts with caring for our hens. They roam healthy pastures and enjoy a diet of organic grains and flaxseed. Why does that matter? Because what hens eat determines the quality of the eggs you eat. Our nature-first approach means vibrant golden yolks, richer flavor, and higher omega-3s for your family's health. When you choose Wilcox, you're not just buying eggs. You're supporting a farm that values animal welfare, sustainability, and community. It's real nutrition, real care, and real value. So next time you're at the egg case, look for Wilcox Family Farms eggs. Taste the difference that starts with what our hens eat. Wilcox Family Farms, locally fresh since 1909.
Always exhausted, loud snoring, keeping your partner awake? You could have sleep apnea and not even know it. South Seattle Smiles has a comfortable solution with no CPAP required. Most medical insurance accepted. Call 206-241-5533 today. SouthSeattleSmiles.com.
Looking for a simple solution to hair loss this summer? Get the same breakthrough one-day treatment I received at Advanced Hair during their once yearly summer savings event. Your own natural hair begins to regrow the very next day, and Advanced Hair guarantees it will grow. Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar during their best offer of the year. For details and a free consultation, call 425-449-8185, advancedhair.com.
Check out the Puyallup Tribe's Firecracker Alley's new location at 3509 72nd Street East in Tacoma. Stock up now for your 4th and enjoy great